What's going on? I am Nando.
I'm DJ, or am I?
If you look too closely at I'm Diggins, then before you know it, you realize you're never going to know who it is.
And this is Mostly Nitpicking, a podcast where we pick apart a piece of pop culture by looking exclusively at the details. Woohoo!
Oh, magic! I love magic! My favorite thing in the world is magic! Yay!
Yeah.
Disappear.
Oh, man. This week we're talking about a movie. We're talking about the first of three movies. We'll get to the third one isn't out yet, but we're going to perhaps start a series of movies in the Now You See Me trilogy.
Yes.
Maybe more after, depending on when you're listening to this. It's, these are quite popular.
Now You
so
See
I wouldn't be
Me
shocked.
cinematic universe for the future.
Yeah. And we're going to talk about, the new the first Now You See Me movie, getting ready for the third Now You See Me movie. And
You Don't.
That is the one this week. Yeah. Now that one's just called Now You See Me, Now You Don't, right? It's not just called Now You Don't.
I think it's Now You See Me, Now You Don't.
I think you're right. Yeah.
Oh, it is. Damn it. They just should have. But you know what's confusing? On like the little title card in the trailer, it just says like Now You Don't. So I feel slightly betrayed. But yeah, it is Now You See Me, Now You Don't.
You're like you're like Harry Tressler or whatever the fuck that character's name is.
Arthur Tressler.
Arthur Tressler. Yeah. Tressler. Yeah. Yeah, we'll talk about it. But we're talking about this week, all the wonderful movie of the magicians do crimes. Very excited for that. Before that, we've got some news, you guys. Craziest news we've ever heard. You guys, are you ready for the craziest news?
Nope.
I'm holding on to my seat.
I'm hoping Diggins understands this better than I do, because I don't think DJ really understands it. But I think Disney fired Doctor Who this week or something.
Oh, no. I guess.
Did you see that?
I think I know what you're talking about.
What happened there?
I don't.
I
didn't look at. I haven't watched Doctor Who in a long time. And first of all, how dare you out me, Nando?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
what?
Who used to watch?
Is that a shameful thing? Is that your shame? Okay.
It's not shameful to have watched it, but listen, it's one of those things where it's like, it's not that the thing itself is so bad. It's that a lot of people who like the thing are really annoying.
That's fair. That's every fandom. That's Star Wars, Harry Potter, Dungeons and Dragons. Well, that's one's pretty broad. More in the IP space. I don't know. Spider-Man. I don't know.
Yeah, what's the coolest IP that isn't cool necessarily, but has the coolest fans?
Oh.
You're like, they're all on the level.
Insane Clown Posse.
They're interesting,
Certainly interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like if something is popular enough, it has to attract the annoying people. That's unless true. It actively pushes them away, like certain media, like that, like is designed with that whole thing of like, we're going to get a bunch of annoying nerds, but then those things usually don't become as popular because the annoying nerds spend lots and lots of money, I guess. I don't know.
Right.
But anyway, yeah. So the basically Doctor Who thing is, I think it was partially like funded by Disney or something. And then
because they're these Grace people, get them out of here.
I'm reading something. I'm reading about it now. And yeah, I guess for the last couple of years, BBC and Disney sort of like co-produced it.
Mm-hmm.
And now Disney is like, we're not doing that anymore. And it's solely a BBC production.
That makes sense. I've heard pretty negative things about recent Doctor Who, and especially a decision they made very late in the last season that people weren't happy with. So
pretty stupid, but I haven't watched in a long time. Like I said,
DJ, what's your favorite Doctor Who?
I don't. The 10th Doctor, maybe. I don't know.
Well, that'd be who's your favorite Doctor? Who's your favorite Doctor Who?
Oh, I don't know, man. The pass. The only thing I know. Here's what I know about Doctor Who. There's that robot. I know about the TARDIS. Everyone knows about the TARDIS.
So what was the first thing?
The little robot, the bad guys.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The robot. I mean, there's two robot bad guys, but
It's
there's
not
mainly
exactly a
the
robot,
one.
but whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, they're Magic the Gathering cards. They did that, right? They made the Doctor.
Oh, they did?
Oh, that's true of everything.
Are they good cards?
I don't know if they were ever meta. They're certainly not meta now. There's certainly no Spider-Man. Spider-Man is so meta.
Cool.
It's crazy what you compare Carnage with. Apparently, you can compare Carnage with some stuff in some formats and just have an infinite combo with Carnage. Isn't that cool?
Wow. That's pretty cool.
It's only cool if it's Woody Harrelson in the really bad red wig.
Yeah.
From the teaser.
True.
Not the one in the actual movie, which is still bad, but not as bad.
Yeah. So that's my level of knowledge of Doctor Who. So I'm not, Doctor.
Do you know who the 10th Doctor is?
I hope I didn't pick the racist one. It'll be a real problem.
One of the good ones.
Who's the racist one?
I assume the first couple, right?
Yeah, that's probably
probably, but they're also dead, so whatever.
That's fair. All right, who is the 10th Doctor?
That was David Tennant, TJ.
Oh, okay.
He has 10 in his name. That's how you remember.
Oh, they should do that with
They should.
Think. That would severely limit their hiring ability.
Yeah, I know, but just think about it. So
he's like the one that I think a lot of people our age grew up with and find charming generally.
He's the favorite of a lot of people around our age. Yeah, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, look at that. I guessed the correct one. It must have been just floating around in the subconscious. Like, yeah, that's the good one.
Yeah.
It's probably the one you've heard talked about the most.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of bad guys from bad Spider-Man movies, the one after that is Michael Morbius's friend, but I can't remember what that character's name was in that movie. You remember that guy, Matt Smith, the character does like a little dance?
Oh,
remember that movie? Milo, yeah. Milo's in there. So he's also one of them. People like him a lot.
He's the 11th Doctor.
Yeah. And then, then they got weird. I think this is where maybe leadership changed or something. I don't know.
11th Doctor was already kind of not great some of those seasons.
Yeah. And, and then we got Peter Capaldi, who hates Paddington in those movies. Cool. Yeah. And then a woman who doesn't matter. I think her name. Well, is she from stuff? Like, would you recognize her from any other? Because I feel like I've never seen her. Her name's Jodie Whittaker, but I feel like I've never seen her in stuff.
I only know her as being the Doctor.
Right? She was in Attack the Block. That's something.
Oh, was she? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. She plays John Boyega's character. Pretty impressive. I didn't even recognize her. Yeah.
Yeah, that's an incredible job acting then.
Yeah, she's one of those people who like really hung out in England and just like makes English stuff. She has, I mean, the Spider-Man vehicle that for her was probably one of the ones that got canceled or something. She probably would have been the bad guy in like the Hypno Hustler movie or El Muerto. She probably would have fought El Muerto, but that was taken from her. And then who's left? And then it's just the current one, although he's currently maybe not the Doctor anymore, but the guy from Barbie. I think he's in
Nkuti Gatwa.
Yeah, he's bad, so they fired him and replaced him with some character people recognized or something.
What
happened,
but maybe that's not what happened now. Who knows?
Maybe, yeah. It's great. It's weird that it's a show that's like really popular and it's British. I don't know why that's weird to me, but it's a little weird.
Because the British should stay on their island where they belong.
I guess it's weird to me that it has like we never did America ever try to make a Doctor Who?
Yes, the 8th Doctor was an American-made movie, or at least co-production, at least. And everyone hates it, and they stopped immediately.
Oh man, there's only one episode. Oh no.
Yeah, they made a movie. Everyone hated it, and then they stopped.
But they had him played by an English actor. That's not a good. That's part of why I feel like we'll never accept him. Paul McGann. I feel like we need. Who would you want our American Doctor Who to be? Let's say we get one, and this is like to launch the franchise.
See, the thing about the Doctor though is like, it feels like the actor should never be that famous. David Tennant and Matt Smith got popular after they played the Doctor.
Right.
You know? Like, it's not usually like a big name actor.
Yeah. But like that's what the British people do. I feel like for us, we're gonna need to put some money behind this thing, and like we'll get some top chip talent. So like let's say we get to pick anybody. I guess my question is, who do you think has the essential Doctor Who-iness about them, or what actor do you think could do that in our American like canon of actors currently?
You know who I think has enough affect-laden acting to make a stab at it, if not necessarily my favorite stab at it? Jesse Eisenberg.
Really?
Has the Doctor serious? Ever been that mean, or like?
Oh yeah,
I feel like his
Peter Capaldi's Doctor was very mean.
But I thought he was cool. Did rock and roll. It's like a guitar and sunglasses. Is that like a outlier for how he usually behaves?
He also did that, but he was a grumpy old man usually.
Oh, okay. The Paddington thing's pretty close to what he actually was like in real life, and not really, but in Doctor Who life. Do you think Jesse Eisenberg? No,
I'm not saying he'd be great at it. I'm saying he could turn in the kind of performance that the Doctor requires.
What about you, TJ? Knowing everything you know about the Doctor, who do you think should be our American Doctor?
I'm really trying to lean into this, like, shouldn't be too famous. Well, you know what? Because I think this person represents a lot of what America is. So I'm going to say Pete Davidson.
Oh, Pete Davidson would be a great Mr. Doctor. Yeah.
Hey, so where's the screwdriver? Where we going? What's up?
Yeah. Right, because he's a handyman in the home. Maybe one of the tools in his box he never even looked at was the sonic screwdriver, and that's like the origin story for his Doctor character.
Yeah, he sees a crazy alien, and he's like, "Whoa, that's crazy."
All right, bye, and he just walks into the next room.
This is just a chat thing. What?
Oh, fuck, it's that. All right, yeah.
Oh no, Tim Robinson. He would be a great American.
That would be amazing.
I would actually.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sick.
What the fuck is that thing? What the fuck?
Holy shit! You wouldn't even believe how much time traveling some of us do every day or something. Yeah.
He's just wondering. A bunch of aliens are like trying to suck his blood, and he's like, "There's too much shit on me."
Yeah. And I mean, like, is the Doctor, how about this? Is the Doctor supposed to feel like a normal guy, or is the Doctor supposed to feel like kind of special? You know?
It depends on the version, you know? He's been played very, very many different ways.
I guess I feel like if I saw Peter Capaldi walk down the street, I'd be like, that guy's, what a esoteric, not esoteric, what's the word? Eccentric man or something.
Look at this.
His hair. Yeah, and I don't know if that's true necessarily of Jodie Whittaker, but I think maybe Matt Smith would definitely get that out of me. So I'm wondering. But I think Tim Robinson also has a little bit of like eccentricness with how normal he is. He's like kind of right in the middle. So yeah, it'd be pretty cool. And then Sam Richardson could be his companion, or Connor O'Malley probably would be his companion. Or would that be his, like, sometimes he could be the villain? Oh yeah, that's true. There were a couple, yeah. And what's her name? Nebula was in it.
Amy, yeah. Sorry, Karen Gillan. Amy was
Karen Gillan. Yeah. I like Tim Robinson. That would be fun.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And I think he'd do it. Do we know if he's like a huge fan? That'd be fun. He doesn't seem like he's a huge fan of Doctor Who secretly. But
I don't think so.
As far as I know,
I'm gonna Google it.
He's never talked about it.
Tim Robinson, Doctor Who. Oh, no, nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing that I can find at all. Which is a shame. Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe that's exactly what we need. We need someone who's nothing like Doctor Who, or who doesn't even like Doctor Who. Yeah, like all the Star Wars people. Like what's his name? Like the guy who made Andor. Who it's like, I'm not gonna make a Star Wars thing.
That's a good point. One of the worst things about modern Doctor Who is how obsessed with its own mythology it's become.
Yeah.
So it would be good to get someone who doesn't give a shit about any of that.
And that'd be fun, too, because he could write it. He's like a writer, too, you know? That'd be great, actually. Has that ever happened? Has the guy who's been Doctor Who ever written the Doctor Who?
No, not as a writer. Some of them improvised a lot of dialogue, but they were never like story writers.
That'd be fun. That would be fun too, because then you know who I'd actually like to see be out of Doctor Who is like Mark Wahlberg or something. But then also you get to let him write it. So he gets to like create the world that his Doctor is in, where he's really cool and all the 20-year-old women are like attracted to him and stuff. That'd be fun for me to watch. And you want to hear a really weird story? This is a weird story. I had a dream the other night that, and I know explaining dreams, horrible. Not a good way to start a sentence, but I think this is important because it was podcast related. I had a dream that we were trying to figure out what to do this week, and we hadn't figured it out yet. And this was maybe like on Saturday, so this is true in the world of the world. Yeah. And in my head, I was like, oh, there's this new show. Someone suggested, it may have been one of you guys, but it might have been somebody else, a show called The Wolf. And I was like, I don't know what that is, but that sounds pretty cool. And what it turned out it was a 6-episode horror, like mini series, like kind of open and shut, like not a continuation series, but the twist in the first episode is that all the characters are the characters from Entourage, and in the end of the first episode, Johnny Drama gets murdered by a character in a hood, like a secret guy known as the Wolf, who in the 6th episode we learn is Vince, but he doesn't know he's doing it. And then E is kind of the main character of the whole thing, trying to solve Johnny Drama's murder. This was like they go to like a Hollywood premiere and then get murdered by the Wolf at it.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So
Nando, it sounds like you need to start writing some spec scripts.
I know. I got to get in touch with Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, seriously.
He produced Entourage. You know what? I feel like they're probably all available too. I think I could get him. What's the last thing you saw any of those guys in? Wasn't what's his name in like the what was the movie? The Primitive War. For sure. Jeremy Piven has like a scene in that where he's in a different room from everybody else, and then that's the only scene.
Hasn't Jeremy Piven been like, you can't just assault women anymore? It sucks.
It sounds like something his character Ari would say, but maybe Jeremy Piven would too. I don't know.
I think he's maybe just talking about cancel culture. He's like, you couldn't make Entourage today. They wouldn't let us do all the funny stuff.
Oh, you couldn't.
Well, not if you
guys.
You could. I have an idea for how we could, Jeremy, and I think we could do it if we turn it into a psychological horror. So very doable. Is Adrian Grenier?
So, Nando, would the central twist being that it's Vince doing the murder, but he doesn't realize it, is that tie in to the Jekyll and Hyde movie that he made?
Oh, you know what? Not really, but maybe. I mean, I didn't get that far. I only watched the first episode, but I knew the end of the series. I had it spoiled for me in the dream. So yeah. But it was tough because Vince is with Johnny when he gets attacked, and then Vince gets his arm cut off. So you're like, well, it can't have been him. Why would he cut his own arm off and stuff? Because he's so crazy. Jesus. Yeah. That was part of the mystery of it. But it's mostly about Ian Sloan opening a big, like, kind of house. And then these guys start showing up, and it's like, oh my God, these Entourage guys. But they're also trying to solve this murder. But yeah, Jeremy Piven's not super busy. Adrian Grenier is not super busy. I think we could get most of these guys. Didn't E direct like the Gotti movie or something?
Really?
Forgot about
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
A real life Entourage movie?
Yeah, it was Kevin Conley directed it. And he directed something else we might have even talked about on this podcast. Oh, he's the narrator of the English version of Rurouni Kenshin. So there's that. That's probably some pretty good money. Like, that's a nice check.
A lot of anime voice acting, usually very bad money, in fact.
I guess maybe bad money, but consistent money. Well, he's in 47 episodes over the course of 2 years, so I feel like that's
the whole run. I think.
Lot.
I only think it went 2 seasons. So
before they found out that guy was a pedophile.
Oh, they did?
Listen, you gotta
Who told?
Is Rurouni Kenshin the one written by a guy who turned out to be a pedophile?
I have no fucking idea. What do you
Rurouni Kenshin
look up the people who wrote the mangas of the things?
Let me try to remember all my Rurouni Kenshin knowledge.
Listen,
I couldn't even
to Nando's
couldn't
point,
even spell it.
The port, and it's kind of just spell it out. You'll get there.
Yeah, actually, I got it pretty close in the first try.
To Nando's point, the important thing about the anime work is that you got to get the right one. If One Piece, you're set. It's not going to be a big paycheck, but that's a steady paycheck, even though they got to start ramping down the episodes because they're catching up to the manga. I don't know. That should have been. Why wasn't that our news of the week? Forget Doctor Who. One Piece winding down to one season a year, 26 episodes, because they're catching up to the manga.
Oh, but you're not talking about the Netflix show, which is also one season.
No, like the
coming out
anime
next year,
that's
also
1,200 episodes or whatever.
Yeah.
I looked it up, by the way. The Rurouni Kenshin author is indeed the one who was arrested for possessing child porn.
Why do you know that when it doesn't matter? Good.
I guess I, am active in my investigation of the child labors of the world, whereas DJ would rather close his ears and not know who is committing these heinous crimes.
Listen, it is a hot take. I throw this hot take out there right now. As long as wait, how do I thread this needle?
I really want to hear how this sentence ends.
I got it. It's am I going to investigate every writer of a book I read or a manga I read or an anime show I watch, or do I let the big ones come to me? Or now I know, like Diggins told me, I can learn anecdotally, but like, am I going to go investigate all of those things? That's impossible. I have to just let the information come to me and then, I don't know, do something with that information,
I had a similar thought this week about I saw a post. It was a rage bait post, and then it was shared, and it was bullshit rage. I don't remember what it was. It was a video, and the person was like, "That's crazy that this happened," and then the person above them like retweeted it, was like, "This is clearly rage bait. You've got to be able to recognize this." And it's like, well, to recognize this, I would have to know who all the rage bait people are, and like, that's a horrible way to spend your time, is learning who these people are, because then there's just going to be more of them. You'll never be able to keep up. I'm not saying that means believe everything you see online, but like the idea of keeping up with the rage bait top 10 even feels like a losing battle.
Can't do
like, just gotta kind of accept that we're gonna get caught on rage bait a couple times.
And sometimes we're going to read a manga that we unknowingly was written by a pedophile, or it's
true.
In the case,
and I mean, we didn't read it, so because we saw it and we were like, not for us. There's something about this Rurouni Kenshin. I just don't trust it.
What crime did the anime do, Diggins? I'm sure that was made all by reasonable people.
I mean, DJ, at no point did I suggest that anyone here was guilty of anything or that you needed to do anything with that information. I was just wondering, is that the one with the guy who did child porn? And it is.
Okay,
it's interesting though.
Right. Well, thank you for enlightening me, because now I get to share that.
It's an important investigation that we've done just now into an anime show or something. Speaking of investigations around the world, set in America, but also in other places too.
You got
well, not set in other places, but with other people from other places involved.
Just
we have to talk about this week's movie of the week, baby, which is 2013's, I think. Now You See Me. Very excited for this, you guys. Not really. Well, kind of. I don't know. We'll see. Who's in charge this week?
It's
me.
DJ,
are you excited?
Finally. Can you believe it? I know. Oof. Breath of fresh air. So it's time for the IMDb B as in summary.
Yep.
That's what we call it here.
That's what we call it.
For the movie of the week, Now You See Me, in which my two co-hosts here will have to guess the summary for the movie Now You See Me. Sorry, it's been forever since I've done this, so I basically forgotten it.
instinctually, I almost opened up IMDb just to find out what the summary was because I assumed I must be in charge, but I didn't do it. So
Nando,
yeah,
I would be the one in charge if DJ had lost.
Right, that's true. Yeah,
trying to go your back.
I guess in my head, DJ started, and I was like, "Well, that can't be right," and then I just started doing my own version so I could save us.
Oh, it hurts, but it's fine for this week. Free. But everyone's wondering, where did they get the IMDb B's in summary? And it's actually crazy. And I haven't done this in forever, so I really had to do research. I'm like, what's IMDb? What's a summary? Where does it get it from? Why do we even do this? And the answer is it's a complicated cipher. So what everyone doesn't know is that when a movie comes out, and we don't know where it comes from, but the summaries come from comets that crash into a very specific desert in sub-Saharan Africa. And Diggins, I know you're going to say, name the desert, and I won't. So, but there's one there.
I would assume
the desert.
Personally.
Probably.
Well, if it's sub-Saharan Africa, I feel like that means it can't be Africa, right? It has to be under Saharan Africa. So,
well, then it could be
maybe,
I guess.
One of the smaller local deserts. Yeah. You know, we didn't really hear about it that much, but it's a good amount of meteors or whatever, comets or something.
Right, yeah. So the comets come down, and there are special comets that they're like an egg, and they crack open, and they have discs in them, and it's the summaries for all of the movies that have come out this past year. So they get them for new ones. It's complicated. Well, it's kind of like Cars. You know how like now we're at the end of 2025. We're getting all like the 2026 cars. So
not like the movie Cars, like Life is the Highway. Okay, yeah, I got you.
They're shooting down all the 2026 movies now. So get ready, because the comets come from Alien. It doesn't matter. We get
it's like. You know how we have like a second moon now or something?
Yeah.
Is that one of these? Probably. Is that like a secret movie that is that the El Muerto where like it can't land because it hasn't been made, but like it got announced, so it just is stuck up there?
I didn't make
How many times are you going to bring up El Muerto on this podcast? One more time.
More than anyone else ever has.
Yeah, I would figure out a way.
But so IMDb gets them, and then they have to use a codex to code out the summaries. The problem is it's always an incomplete disc and an incomplete codex, so there's a lot of guessing sometimes. So IMDb sometimes does a really rough job. So that's why this week we're going to give them a lot of grace, because this summary, it's pretty bad. Like, it's a pretty bad summary. I think you guys just like give it your best shot, but I would say that the disc, they definitely saw the trailer, and then maybe that's it. Maybe they only saw the trailer and didn't see, but they must have seen the movie to get a couple details with some of the characters. So I think that's all I'm going to give you. Diggins, you get to decide if you want to go first or second. What would you like to do?
I'm going to make Nando go first on this one.
Wise.
Okay.
Wise.
That's fair. I've been just typing mine out because I have like a full sentence now.
It is a sentence, so.
Yeah.
You're on your way.
Let's call him. Yeah, hold on. Okay. This is my sentence. It's pretty good. A detective and an Interpol agent team up to track down a team of bank robbing magicians known as the Four Horsemen.
All right.
Ooh, okay. I was going to go more with something like a team of world-class magicians, including a mentalist, a street magician, and a stage magician and his former assistant, pull off a series of daring heists while evading the FBI.
Okay. I have a clear winner. I don't need to do the tiebreaker. Maybe we'll save this tiebreaker.
What do we love more on this podcast than wasting time?
Do you have a fun tiebreaker?
I thought so. I'm gonna pitch you guys my tiebreaker. I don't want to do it because it feels unfair, because one of you guys like really crushed it, right? But I'll tell you
a tiebreaker that doesn't matter.
It would take too long. I don't want to.
Okay.
Well, okay. Here was the
what would it be?
Still the idea.
because this and I prepped it too, actually did prep, because this cast was so stacked, I'm like, we should bring back the name game. But in order to not make the name game go on forever, there's like a window from like 2009 to 2016 where a lot of the big actors were in a lot of movies. So I wanted you to name game for these guys in other movies between 2009 and 2016. And it was going to be go until one of you forgets, or a 3 strikes you're out. So like if you gave me a movie outside of those bounds, you would have gotten a strike.
Oh, that's
so
tough.
kind of, yeah, it was like a more challenging name game. But I don't want to do it because I have a winner. So.
I'm thinking you don't want to do it just for fun.
No, that one sounds like it would take a while.
I have a couple in my head, but I think I would. I think I'd do okay, but I'm not gonna bother with it for now. So
yeah, listen, this might be the most disappointing thing ever. Maybe the audience is like, oh my god, I really wanted that tiebreaker, but maybe we can.
Some people in the audience are saying that. Many people in the audience are not.
But that's the point. Probably that makes me want to do it. But
me too.
I saw a great post on the Nando v Movies subreddit, which was complaining about the Joeys. Which, do you guys notice this? Every week we talk about a Joey episode, or like
really?
the Joey show.
Noticed.
Yeah.
Huh, that's a weird coincidence.
But anyway, this person was like, I can't find the. Let me see. I'm sure I can find the post. Yeah. So I love the podcast, but this is from. Well, I don't know. Put the name. I really don't like the Joey segments. The device I play it on makes it a pain to skip. Am I the only one? And then someone replied, mostly nitpicking is less of a podcast and more of a social experiment to see what they can get away with. I'm sure some people skip the random number generated news they discussed for 45 minutes. I'm sure some people skip the IMDb as it's spelling bee. It could sometimes push an hour. I'm sure some people skip the bit where they talk about whatever show they all happen to watch that week that comes up naturally. I'm sure there's some people that are skipping the section where they pretend that eventually someone other than DJ is going to recap the movie. But some people skip the bit where they go through the wheel. And I bet some people clock out early when they get to the classic segment where DJ recommends Love is Blind, but that's the secret. They want you to. Nothing would make them happier than if you skipped those parts so you weren't reminded that they were all on the flight logs. I forgot that. Yeah, that's how it ends.
Who wrote that post?
That post is by someone named Landy Nall. I'm not sure how to pronounce the last bit or if that's one name, but either way, very, that's correct. But even then, we will spare you the game just for now.
Congratulations, audience. You get one victory, and that is you don't have to do the game. So I'm going to read the summary. It will become very obvious who is the winner.
I'm nervous.
An FBI agent and Interpol
Yep.
track a team of illusionists who pull off bank heists during their performances and reward their audiences with the money. Congratulations,
amazing,
Nando.
Yeah, I
made my job easy.
Yeah, it sounds great. I kind of assume. Look, sometimes this is my trick for these, and I don't win these that often, so I don't think it's a good trick or one I'm worried about sharing. I can never remember all the characters' names, so I try not to get super specific on the characters and try to get big picture. Although I would say I have a better chance of remembering the names of these characters than I usually do, because of how many times the movie.
Now you see me,
right? And how many times I've seen all these movies. I mean, I feel like I'm probably. Did we go over this? Have you guys seen these before?
No.
I have, yeah. I've seen this one before. I think I've seen the second one bits and pieces, but I've seen this one quite a few times.
I did know the big twist ahead of time.
I did not. It was
really?
Surprise isn't the right word. It was something.
We'll get to it.
Yeah, we'll get to it. Wow, incredible.
So yeah, Nando, you get to tell us what you thought of Now You See Me.
Oh my god. So I saw this movie when it came out. Because I thought it was a fun premise and I loved all the cast. Not really though. I don't know why I would have seen it. I guess maybe. I mean, like DJ was saying, some of these people. Fan. I mean, I do love her. She was in well, it was Hot Rod before or after this? Probably before this, right?
I think before.
I love Hot Rod.
Yeah, Hot Rod existed when we were in college, so I'm gonna say before.
Yeah, so that's enough for me to be a huge Isla Fisher fan. And then but I feel like, yeah, coming off of this, you had a lot of heat. You had, a post-Avengers Mark Ruffalo. You had a post-Social Network Jesse Eisenberg. I don't know if Dave Franco had done anything. Anyway, I was into this movie. And then you had all those old guys. who are in scenes together and sit down a lot. And this was maybe the beginning of that, which is fun. Watching this movie now, I think it's got everything about this movie everything I don't like about this movie is things I don't like about like the subject matter and like Las Vegas in general, like the style of it. Like the editing and the way that they all act. Basically, everybody in this movie is the most annoying person. Franco kind of gets away with not being that because he's like the fourth guy. But they're just all so hard to watch. And like, I think it's interesting when like Jesse Eisenberg is a real big jerk when he's playing Mark Zuckerberg, because he's supposed to be a jerk. And also that's like a guy. But in this, when he's just supposed to be cool guy, Charles Atlas, the magical, I don't know, sexy magician. It's just, I don't know. I like this movie a lot because it's so stupid. It may be the stupidest movie I've ever seen. Like it's so dumb.
It is
and it takes place in a world where this happens, like where magicians get really popular because of cool magic shows they do. So like on that like front, I love it. On the front of watching any scene from it, just like sitting down on a couch and turning on the TV, torture, because of just how obnoxious every single character is. Save for the one from the French woman from Inglourious Bastards. Although she's got her own shit going on. Yeah. Like those scenes are interesting. I feel like her and Mark Ruffalo and those scenes feel like they're in a different movie than everybody else. But everything with the main cast and then the old guys, just horrible. But I love it. I think this movie's really, really funny and stupid. And I love what I love about it, without spoiling the way that it progresses, but I like how like in the beginning you're like, okay, yeah, that's what magic is, kind of, I guess. And there's no point where it switches. Like there's no like, what's the word? There's no clear like bit where they step into the world of like, what if magic is real or whatever. So like the movie just kind of forgets what's happening, and then some of the magic stuff stops making sense. And that's, I think, the part of it that I find the most charming. But yeah, all the characters suck. And, yeah, so I found the movie quite irritating, but I love it. What about you, Diggins? What did you think of Now You See Me?
I definitely agree that most of the characters are just insufferable.
Yeah.
Just the worst.
Peak Eisenberg.
No, I agree with a lot of what you said. It's an incredibly stupid movie. Nothing about it really makes any sense when you actually stop and think, like, wait, okay, so this is what everyone in this scene understands was happening. And then they all act this way? Are you sure?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. All that shit makes no sense, too. I forgot about that, too. But that's extra stupid. But we'll get to that.
I don't know that I like the idea of how stupid and silly these movies are. I think, as you say, the moment-to-moment experience of watching it was less pleasant.
Mm.
I don't think it's a bad movie, or a terrible movie at least, but the problem for me is it's all just the flash and the razzmatazz of the heists and like the fake magic and everything. And for me, like, that's not enough. I would have liked it if a character had an actual emotion at any point in the entire movie.
Yeah.
And also, I think I like magic. I think magic is pretty neato. I think there's nothing less interesting than magic that's on film, because then it's just editing tricks and it's not actually a person doing anything.
Right. Yeah, that is tricky about this one. I'll still throw that out too, because I forgot to put that. I also enjoy watching magic, and I don't even think on film it can't work, but very quickly with the way this movie starts doing it, it's like, oh, never mind, this is something else. And
I mean, like, filming someone doing magic tricks, like, that's fine. Like, there's really cool specials and stuff like that, but these are actors pretending to know how to do magic tricks that are really being done by editing. It's just not that interesting. except for that one scene at the very beginning when they try so little to conceal the fact that a stunt double is doing the card trick instead of Jesse Eisenberg.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I would be okay with that if that was how they kind of got away with it. It's just like card tricks done by actual magicians in the close up, and then like that would be totally cool. But when it starts to get,
it was just so comical in that opening bit because it's close up on Jesse Eisenberg's hands doing crazy magic trick, and then just his face staring intensely, and it's that over and over again, switching back between those two things for like a solid minute.
Yeah, no, I did love that. That was great.
But so I didn't like it that much, but there is a certain je ne sais quoi to the idea of it that's entertaining. What about you, DJ? What did you think?
I thought I basically agree with you guys. I mean, it's astounding to me that this movie has so many just like stars, and not just like stars, but like guys with the juice, right? Like I think Woody Harrelson is like just like very compelling in general. Like I like his whole mentalism bit. I would probably watch a movie about Woody Harrelson, the mentalist. You know, Morgan Freeman, great. Michael Caine, great. We all know I love him. He's fantastic.
Right. We all love Michael Caine.
Yeah,
he's on the podcast frequently. So
yeah,
he hasn't been on in a while though.
This. Yeah,
he
hasn't had a lot come out. So
yeah, that's true. Maybe. Well, we'll see. Now you don't. We'll see. Dave Franco underutilized, I think, and then Mark Ruffalo overutilized, right? But like a lot of guys, and yet this movie's kind of a dud because it gets so convoluted at the end. It's confusing, and like how they step in and out of the magic is also confusing with some stuff that has no explanation. The movie doesn't explain to Carrot. I was like thinking, I'm like, I think this movie is like the New York Jets. Like the New York Jets,
it uses 16 times.
They're all like professional football players, and to be that is really, really, really hard, right? Like the top 1% of the top 1%. So you take all these guys together, who it's the hardest thing to do when you make a football team, and that football team is the New York Jets, and they're really, really bad. Sometimes they're gonna win by a point and shock the world and be like entertaining at points with their running back, like throwing a touchdown pass. Like, whoa. And I think this is that movie. I think this movie is the New York Jets, which is not a compliment, but like, it's not an NFL team, right? Like there are like Canadian football teams that are like probably all worse than the New York Jets, but like, these are the New York Jets. That's what they are. They are a football team in the NFL, which is a testament to getting that far, but you're still the Jets. And I think that's what this movie is.
So in this analogy, DJ, is winning a game by a point being one of the highest grossing movies of the year it came out?
Was it really? Wow. That's amazing.
This movie did weirdly well.
Well, no, it's not weird. It's the names. It's right. It's got to be. I assume, okay, I know nothing. I assume the second movie had like a huge drop off, that like it was not incredibly successful. Not even like not as successful as the first one.
So I don't think it was as successful, but it garnered a sequel.
Right, we're getting a third one, but like so much, right? It was like 3 years to get to the second one.
The second one made pretty much the same as the first one.
I guess it's names then, man. I don't know. Like, there's a lot of Jets season tickets holders, right? They probably make a lot of money. But like, it's really hard to say this movie's good, especially with like a lot of like Mark Ruffalo is like really bad in this movie.
What?
No, what? He's bad. He's really bad in this movie.
Or is he trying to make you think he's really bad,
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he's not bad, DJ. Maybe he just outsmarted you.
Yeah. You were looking over there, but actually his performance is better over there.
You were looking too closely at his performance. You should have been looking wider out.
I was
away from his performance.
There's like a lack of nuance. Also, it's insane that there is no conflict between like the Four Horsemen or anything that goes on with them.
Well, two of them used to have sex.
Oh yeah.
And one of them explodes. So what more can you want?
It's almost frustrating how frictionless this movie is. I think is a huge problem.
Yeah.
Like it can't build the tension because there's nothing.
That's,
right? I was waiting for the second trick to
saying.
fail. Yeah.
That's what I was saying when I was like, I would like it if a character in this movie had an emotion at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I also mean like tactically. There's right. It's like both. Right?
Yeah.
There's no emotions.
Well, yeah,
that's also like nothing.
That's what's fun about a heist movie. Usually, is like you have the plan laid out for you, and like you see it go happen, and then things go wrong, and they have to adapt. Right. And like that's what's fun about heists. This one is we don't tell you what's going to happen ahead of time. Then it all happens flawlessly, and they get away.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Pretty
so
cool.
it's I don't think it's very good. I think it's the Jets. It's a football team, but it's the Jets. So
big words coming from a Miami Dolphins fan.
I know. If they were worse, I would have compared them to the Dolphins. You know, that was gonna be for my bit. Like, they suck, but I watched them this weekend and they were pretty good. But the Dolphins gave me more joy than this movie. This movie was pretty joyless.
Wow.
Well, that being said, Diggins, it's your turn in the Thunderdome. First time in, baby.
The DJ.com arena.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
Well, is it his first time in or his second time in? 'Cause he was in the DJ.com arena last week, right?
I was.
Oh, Nando, you're the one who. I'm sorry, Nando's.
I've yet to.
My bad. Yeah.
I can't wait. One of these days.
Well,
2 weeks, I bet.
Yeah. But yeah, as the man in the arena for now, as far as we know, maybe in a second we'll look away and then you'll be in a different thing or whatever, or you'll be a bunch of cards
7 steps ahead of you the whole time.
Yeah.
Right when you think that you've caught up with me, I'm actually behind you.
Holy shit, that would be fucking sick as hell.
I know, right? This
is
an incredibly smart thing to say to a man who could have me in prison forever.
Yeah. Or is it?
Did the blueprints tell them to do that to be mean to the FBI? As you know,
I think that's just their general disdain for authority, as magicians tend to have. Those magicians. They don't take shit from nobody. Magicians.
I would love a photo of the 4 of them standing in front of a courthouse with "We demand to be taken seriously."
Yeah, right. Oh man. It's funny when did The Prestige come out, by the way? It was right before this, right? Like a year or two.
9?
Was it like 05 or 06?
No, it wasn't before Batman. It was definitely after the first Batman. No, I can't be.
The first Batman was 05.
Yeah, but it came out 1 year after it?
Yeah, 2006. Yeah. That's right.
Get the fuck out. Wow. Good for Nolan. I kind of assumed it would take a couple of years to make, but I guess the next Batman comes out in 08. Yeah, so this is like Prestige if you like dropped it on its head a bunch of times, it's doing same narration, same shit, but just bad. This may be great.
I guess spoiler for The Prestige. This is just like one of the ones that died. Right? Because a lot of the guys die in The Prestige, right? It's like, this was one of them. We threw him in the vat, out of here.
This is we'll get to it, but there's a lot of great things to say about this movie, and Diggins is about to say some of them. I'm so excited. So
all right, well then, so as we usually do, of course I gotta summarize this movie. We have in the DJ.com arena, you only have a certain amount of time. So I just got to go ahead and summarize this movie that's filled with daring escapades and jet-setting adventures. And actually, speaking of jet-setting adventures, that reminds me of an episode of Joey I watched this week. You guys watched
Joey Tribbiani and like the Friends one?
Yeah, the Friends spinoff, Joey.
Yeah, I've been keeping up with Joey whenever I get some time.
Yeah. So have you guys happened to watch
which one I'm at now?
Joey and the Tijuana Trip?
Oh, is that the Christmas episode? Yeah, I did see that recently.
It's kind of a Christmas episode. There's another Christmas episode right after it.
That makes more sense, yeah. But I did see that, and I had to check as it started. I was like, well, this can't be the Tijuana one. But then it was. So pretty cool.
Yeah, so no, let's just talk about that real quick since it happened to come up.
Yeah.
All right. So in this episode, Joey is all like, it's Christmas time almost. It's December. I can't wait for it to be a snowy Christmas. And Michael's like, it's LA. And Joey's like, yeah, so what? Ha 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 ha. It's funny because it doesn't snow in LA.
Not traditionally.
But Joey is hanging out with his cool neighbor. Oh, they do a Secret Santa thing, but it's not important.
Yeah.
Alex is still hung up on Joey. That's all that matters from that.
Mm-hmm.
Joey's hanging out with his cool future neighbor, Dean.
Yeah. So Dean comes over to Joey's house for this hang or something?
Yeah, they're hanging out at the apartment.
Why? Why doesn't Joey go to where they both are going to live?
Well, maybe it's because Dean's got kind of an interest in Alex, it turns out.
That's quite
He's
possible.
hitting on her, but she's having none of it. She doesn't like him.
Nice.
Meanwhile, Michael's having problems with his girlfriend, Abby. They're not doing so hot. And it seems like they're on a break, to put it in Friends terms.
Oh, that is a Friends term.
Man.
So Joey's like, that's fine. You don't want to end up married to the first girl you ever really date. In fact, you need to go out and have got some cool single fun. I'm going to take you down to Tijuana tonight. So him, Dean, Zach, and Michael plan to go to Tijuana. Yeah, Zach's there.
He's in the scene too. Yeah, great.
But Dean has to pull out at the last minute. He's like, I had a thing come up. And I'm like, what is the thing, Dean? And he says, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
So the three boys head off down to Mexico for a night of debauchery. Meanwhile, Alex has a little argument with the Dean where he assaults her.
That's right.
Because that's what he does to women who are yapping too much.
Where they're yapping too much, yeah.
To be clear, he just kisses her, which is an assault, but, it's not as bad as it could be.
Yeah, the way it plays it, I'm like, if he just kissed her and then she was like, what did you do that for? And he's like, you're not in love with me? I kind of thought I was getting this. No. And then I'd be like, oh, okay. That's like how this character always gets, everybody hates him and then falls in love with him like sitcom. But instead, yeah, he's just like, I wanted you to shut up. So now you did. And that's bizarre, but it will come up later. So, it's wonderful.
So Alex still doesn't like Dean, but she is bothered by the implication that she doesn't have fun, because Dean kind of is like, you don't have fun ever. So Alex and Gina decide to go have a night out on the town.
Oh, baby.
They go to Dean's club for some reason.
Yeah.
And honestly, that plot line kind of just ends at the next scene where they go to Dean's club and they drink, and Alex says some wild stuff to a waiter, and Gina's like, that's cool. And that's pretty much the end of that plot line.
It was. I kind of expected one more beat that was kind of the one that you would expect, and that doesn't happen.
Nope.
So, very interesting.
Meanwhile, down in Tijuana, they're drinking a lot, and Michael tries to hit on a girl, but he ends up talking about how hot his mom is.
Beautiful. I was so happy.
He can't help himself. The Joey incest counter, it's going up again.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they'd finally learned their lesson and they stopped, but nope.
And you thought in an episode where the men and women are split up, how could they? How could one of them hit on Gina or whatever? But he not only says my mom is hot, he says, I once saw my mom from behind and had strange feelings about it, or something like that. And so yeah, he's full on and then her reaction to that is also great. That we'll get to, but yeah,
fortunately for Michael, this girl does not understand English because they're in Mexico. And somehow all of this works on her.
By the way, real quick, have any of you guys ever been to Tijuana?
I have not.
No.
It's mostly just people standing around in sombreros. So the show sells it to you pretty well.
Yeah,
sombreros and bar, and yeah. So
yeah, I was thinking this is an incredibly accurate representation of Mexico.
They love it, and it seems so much fun.
Yeah, like I said, somehow it works because they all wake up in their hotel room the next day and they can't remember anything, but the girl is at Michael's bed.
Nice, Michael.
Like,
way to go.
You get it.
But then they find a videotape labeled in both Italian and Spanish for some reason.
Yeah.
Because they say Nostra Boda, which is Italian for hour and Spanish for wedding.
Yeah. I don't know what the is there an explanation for that?
No, I think they just say it wrong because the Spanish would just be Nuestra Boda. So it's not different.
And like Joey's Italian, but that's not like he didn't write that. Or like if he did, he can't speak Spanish, presumably. Otherwise he would have done
who wrote or filmed this, honestly.
Yeah, that's true. Who was it?
So the girl is horrified because she sees wedding on the videotape and she's like, oh no. And the boys are all yelling at each other. How could you let this happen? But woo, it turns out Michael and the girl didn't get married. But
wow,
what's this? Joey and Zach going up to the altar?
What?
Oh, Joey and Zach got married last night.
What?
That doesn't. How?
Yeah,
I know.
What even was it?
They're two men. You can't do that.
Not in 2006, you can't.
No.
But I don't know. I guess they convinced the guy to just. I feel like it must be one of those situations where he was like, "Oh fuck, you're married, go get out of here."
Yeah. I'm sure he was just taking their money and like setting them off because they were so drunk. Like,
yeah.
I think this guy was pulling a scam.
That's the way to do it.
It's a great scam.
Hit those tourists. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get them married by accident.
So they get back and Zach and Joey are all freaked out. Oh no, we got married. And Howard hears this and is like, if Joey's gay, then I'm gay. And he runs off to go have gay sex.
Good for him.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Alex very quickly discovers that gay marriage isn't even legal in Mexico, and they didn't sign the documentation properly either. So it's completely non-legally binding. But they decide to mess with Joey and Zach first and make them record a video where they have to tell the president what they dislike about each other's sexual performance.
Yeah. And also do a kiss, a final goodbye kiss.
Mm-hmm.
That was cool.
But Joey eventually realizes that they're just messing with him. And he's mad. He's like, you don't mess with me about that. But then in the next scene, he comes in and he's like, it was fine that you mess with me about that.
Yeah. He got to cool off a little bit, but he respected the game of the prank and stuff. And it's a pretty good prank.
It is a pretty
I mean, in reality, he was mostly mad. He says that he's like, I'm not mad that you did it. I'm mad that you wasted the president of Mexico's time with this. And so maybe he figured out that's not what happens. And then he gave up.
Yeah, that would probably help. Oh, yeah. Also, during this, Joey says that Michael compared a woman to his mom when trying to hit on her. And Gina's like, oh, he did?
Yep.
Oh.
So.
Yeah, take up the incest counter again.
It's if you've ever been like, I don't know, it seems like they're really reading into this. It's like, no, that's just what this was 100% confirmed by other characters and other scenes later in the episode.
Yep.
And
but then at the end, Alex is like, I'm going to have more fun now. And Joey's like, yeah, what happened? And she's like, I've gotten over a guy I was obsessed with. And Joey's like, good for you. You should have all the guys hitting on you all the time because of how great you are. And then she kisses him and he's like, what's that for? And she says, that's what I do to guys when I want them to stop yapping. And then they kiss him. And that's the end of the episode.
Wow. So they're back together finally.
Wow.
Just in time for the Christmas holiday.
It's a Christmas miracle.
Cold. Michael's girlfriend broke up with him right before Christmas. That's rough.
That is brutal. Yeah.
Yeah. But he also sucks. So it's not wrong to, I mean, he wasn't, gratifying her sexually. That and
maybe he's misrepresenting the conversation. Maybe she was like, there's some really weird energy between you and your mom that I'm not with.
Yeah, and you could tell, like, if that's bad, it's gonna be worse at Christmas. So I want to be out of this situation. You call me in January, we'll figure something out, but I don't want to be around for this. Also, is that girl that he was dating is still the script supervisor from the movie he's in, right?
Presumably.
Yeah, it's gonna be this because he said it's his only girlfriend, so that's interesting.
Yeah, no, Abby is that character's name. Yes.
Yeah, Cool.
But they canonically had sex. Oh yeah, maybe she broke up with him because once they had sex, he stopped caring about any of her interests.
I think that's right.
Man.
Yeah. And that's, Joey isn't able to put that together, and Michael's kind of turning into Joey, so he seems like he'd be too smart to make that mistake, but not anymore.
So what'd you guys think of this episode of Joey?
Loved it. I had a great time with this episode. All the Tijuana stuff was hilarious. It just really, really funny. All the bits with the couples were funny. Michael being his mom, hilarious. The bits where she does fake lawyer to him was great. I think this episode was as good as this has been this season, maybe.
I think it was really bolstered by having a B plot that wasn't also headed by Joey.
Yeah, that's a great point. And I think we finally, you know what else? Maybe it was like the Alex plot moved forward in a way that was like, okay, good. We could do something else now, or something like that. So like that was
not
cool.
much time left.
Yeah.
We could see the end of the tunnel, man.
There's 10 episodes left?
Yeah, man.
Whew. They're gonna have to get married or whatever. Maybe
the last episode. I don't know what happens, but the last episode's called Joey and the Wedding.
Oh, who knows? Who's wedding, right?
Could be someone else's wedding. Yeah, I kind of expected, by the way, this because part of me was like, oh, they both got married, like the two guys, and then these two, and then Michael and the Mexican woman. I was like, oh, is she going to be a main character now? And I was kind of excited for that, but then they didn't do that. That's fine, but I don't know. That would have been interesting. Oh yeah, but overall, this episode was great. I laughed many times. Yeah, the old guy's kind of funny in that he's really weird. By old guy, I mean like the whatever.
Yeah, It's like the thing about him is that everything Alex says about him seems pretty patently true.
Yeah,
about him being a really pathetic man-child.
Mm-hmm. And I'm sure, I kind of alluded to, I expected they slept together, and that was going to be the revelation at the end of the episode. He was going to come out and be like, "Hey, Alex, you want?" But they just didn't do it. So cool. And we didn't we kind of got to it, but the Howard had gay sex probably and didn't like it.
Oh, yeah,
it's funny.
He was like, "I tried to do it for you, Joey, but it wasn't my thing."
Yeah, good for him.
Good for him. Hey, now he knows something about himself. I wouldn't say that.
I don't think that applies to everyone on Earth except for Joey. I think still Joey is on the table, but everybody else is not attracted to those men.
Cannot believe Howard is still in this show. I keep expecting Beards to be the last one.
I do too.
Does he know someone like that actor? Is that possible?
Maybe. Well, he's that guy. We were talking about this. I can't remember. He's an actor who's a guy who's funny outside of the show. Obviously he's funny in the show because we love him, but what's the actor's name? Ben Falcone. Yeah, he was in he's married to what's her name, right? Melissa McCarthy.
Is that him?
He's that. Yeah.
Oh wow. Well, I'm not even saying anything against him. It's just the character feels so superfluous. I'm amazed every time he shows up again.
Oh, for sure. No, yeah. I think with him, I'm always I bet on set he's cracking everybody up, and eventually this is going to translate. This is going to make this character work, and it just never does. Yeah. So yeah, episode's great. I don't know why, but I think Joey was also really funny in Mexico. I don't remember what it was, but a lot of the dumb stuff they had him doing was pretty fun. But yeah, I can't put my finger on what it was. So, yeah, really great. What about you, DJ? What did you think of this one?
I didn't watch it.
That sounds about right. I mean, you knew you wouldn't have to recap it, so why would you?
Listen, you did open with when I have time, I watch it, and I just didn't have time this week. I'm glad you guys did, but I've just been too busy.
DJ, I thought we were past this.
I know. I had a good run, but it kind of fell apart.
Also, what do you mean you don't have time? You have nothing but time right now.
You think that, but I gotta fill, how many play, well, I'm not tipping off a rec, so wait.
Well, I would
Little
say,
tease.
if you ever did want to get back into Joey, this is the time.
I'm watching this one.
This one's pretty good.
I'm watching this one. This is my mistake.
Yeah. But yeah, so very good. But now, Diggins, you want to get to speaking of magic, like they recaptured the magic on Joey. Do you want to talk about the Now You See Me?
Well, I don't want to, but I have to.
Oh, well, all right. Here you go.
All right. So, Nando, you got that timer ready for me?
I do. I went to online-stopwatch.com/Halloween/scary-pumpkin/.
Oh man, this scary pumpkin's gonna scare me out of my wits again when it goes off.
See, that's the thing. It doesn't look really scary when you see it, deceptively so. But then when it makes its classic sound, that's when it scares you.
Noise, yeah, that'll scare me right out of my pants.
Yeah. So yeah, it's ready whenever you are. You got 15 minutes on the clock. This is a segment most of the audience hasn't made up their mind on yet, but I think we're getting better at it.
We've almost fully Stockholmed them by this point. They can remember a future, like a version of this podcast that didn't have it.
Well, they probably do, though.
That's fair. Well, how far back can people remember stuff?
Yeah.
It's been, a pretty long time of podcasts. So remember when podcasts used to be not our podcast, but just other podcasts used to be different?
What do you mean?
I don't know.
What do you mean?
What was a podcast in 2010?
Oh,
Serial.
Serial? Yeah, it was and I guess that stuff still exists to some extent, but the idea that a fresh new podcast, it's like a narrative podcast, can take over the airwaves just seems crazy, but maybe that does happen more. I don't know.
Who can say?
Yeah, oh, sorry. What were you saying?
I just said, who can say?
Yeah. We'll try. Maybe if this fails, we'll start doing murder podcasts. So Diggins, you got 15 minutes on the clock.
All right.
And me and DJ will jump in as we see fit. But yeah, whenever you're ready.
Go ahead and count me in, Nando.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Happy Halloween.
Ooh. So it starts with Jesse Eisenberg saying a bunch of nonsense that he pretends makes sense.
Yeah, he's saying the stuff from the beginning of Prestige.
Yeah.
About musicians and whatever.
If you watch close, then you won't know what I'm doing because you got to watch far. And it's I guess you're trying to describe misdirection badly. Fine.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he does that while a mysterious hoodie man watches.
Hoodie man.
And then Woody Harrelson is conning a guy out of money by hypnotizing his wife and then using his psychic mind powers, which is the only explanation for most of the stuff he does in this movie.
We'll get to it, but also, yeah, we'll get to it. Also,
to find out about his affair. But
there was the thing that Jesse Eisenberg's doing a trick, right?
Yeah, he's doing a card trick to a lady where he makes her card appear on the side of a building in lights.
Very good.
Woody Harrelson cons the guy by erasing his wife's memory of finding out about his affair.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Dave Franco next? Dave Franco is a street magician, but actually also just a pickpocket who intentionally does an obvious trick to trick a man into bumping into him, so he'll steal his wallet and watch.
Pretty cool.
And Isla
on
Fisher,
the Staten Island ferry.
Yeah,
New York.
Someone going to or from Staten Island deserves to be robbed.
Exactly. It was this or a gunpoint. It's up to them, but good luck
with all those
explaining
cops on Staten Island. You can't do that.
That's true. It was this or civil forfeiture, one or the other. Probably that.
Then Isla Fisher is doing a traditional stage show sort of thing where she pretends to get eaten by piranhas, but then she's okay.
But like a stage show, like underground, like it's some kind
Hell
of
yeah.
stage show,
A cool fucking underground
House.
magic show.
Yeah.
I don't know. This
Hell
world, this movie posits a world where like stage magician is the cool, sexy profession that everyone wants to be, and they have guerrilla shows and like spontaneous pop-ups and stuff.
Yeah,
like our current world.
Mm-hmm.
When was the last time you guys saw? Anyway, Diggins, go on.
Yeah. We can talk about that later.
You have too much
A
time.
mysterious hoodie man is watching all of them, and they all get a tarot card.
different ones. Do they mean something,
Yeah.
Diggins?
No. They go to the building that it tells them to go to, and they're all like, "Oh, so you're being recruited by this mystery organization that we all know about?" Because I guess magicians just know about this.
Mm-hmm.
And they go into the apartment that it led them to after Dave Franco breaks in, and they find a bunch of stuff that results in a super cool plan being lasered onto a cloud of mist from dry ice.
Oh,
Cool.
They're like, we could do this cool plan. So then a year later, they're the most famous magicians in the world, the Four Horsemen, performing in Las Vegas. Whoa, doing a cool trick where they're going to rob somebody's bank. They get a random French man comes up on stage, and they're like, we're going to rob your bank. We're going to send you to rob your bank. And so they put a little helmet on him and do a little disappearing act. And then he's suddenly in a bank vault, and he's like, whoa, where am I? There's a bunch of euros here. A bunch of loose euros.
Yeah.
Stacked on top of each other, not bound in any way. That's how banks keep money, right?
Yep,
Mhm.
totally. On a
In
crate.
France, not
Yeah, that's
So-
different. Yeah.
So they leave a calling. They have him leave a calling card with his signature, and then vacuum up all the money and shoot it all over the crowd. A bunch of euros rain from the ceiling, and they get their Frenchmen back at the same time as the people in Paris open the bank vault and are like, "Oh, the money's gone!" And there's the signature from the Horsemen. What?
Oh my god.
Crazy.
So then Mark Ruffalo is an FBI man, and he gets called in to investigate this bank robbery. And so he does a bunch of interviews, but he's got to work with Interpol lady Melanie Laurent. Because that's how Interpol works. They are a police organization and not just administrative coordination.
Yeah, they're better.
I've said this so many times in so many movies.
It comes up every episode though, because they love putting Interpol and stuff.
So they interview all them, and all the magicians are like, "You'll never catch us in our cool crimes because you're stupid and ugly and we hate you." And for some reason, this results in them getting released and not arrested forever.
On suspicion or whatever, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, we'll get to it, but there's so many reasons why they should be arrested right now. And then they're just allowed to just do another show. Michael Caine, by the way, is their billionaire or millionaire benefactor, it turns out, who's like bankrolling their shows and hired them to do the Las Vegas thing at his casino. So they do another show in New Orleans, and the FBI are all set up, like doing a stakeout, like, we're going to arrest these guys when we find them. And I'm like, you had them in custody. What are you talking about? And so they do a big show where they do a bunch of tricks, like disappearing rabbit and throwing cards real good, so they're like knives.
Holy
And then
shit!
they
Like
do
Gambi from New Orleans. That's classic Gambit.
Mon ami.
Yeah.
But then their final trick is they get everyone to write down their bank statement. It's crazy. And then they do a little switcheroo where they do Arthur's bank statement, Michael Caine, and all the money disappears from his bank account and goes into all the people in the audiences, because it turns out they're all people who've been defrauded by his insurance company. They're not defrauded, but they refuse to payouts for various like bad reasons.
They all got Katrina'd, and then they he took advantage of them.
And you're like, and I'm like, how? There's so many questions. But I have to move on. Then they escape. Mark Ruffalo tries to arrest them, but they get out of there. He chases them across New Orleans, but they're always one step ahead, and he ends up with a tracking device on himself. And he's like, "Oh no!" And then it turns out Jesse Eisenberg replaced his phone with a different phone with a tracking device in it, a bug in it rather, listening device. That's the word.
Shoot.
So like that's how they find out. And Mark Ruffalo's like, "Wait, put the bug back in. Now we know that they're listening to us, and we can use that to manipulate them." And then he never does that.
It's true.
Doesn't even come up again for the rest of the movie.
This is so dumb.
So now they're criminals on the run because millionaire, not that rich, it turns out, Michael Caine. It wants his vengeance, so he tries to hire Morgan Freeman, who's come up a couple times now. He figured out how they did the Paris heist, which is they spent weeks following and hypnotizing this one French man and convincing him to come to Vegas and stealing his signature so they could put it on the card, and like all the meticulous steps on how they did that. And then Mark Ruffalo's like, "But how did they get the money?" And he's like, "Oh, they did a bank robbery." And there's just like no details given on how they did that.
Yep.
Even though it's insane.
Also, what is this guy's deal? What is Morgan Freeman's deal?
He's a guy who his career is showing how magicians' tricks are done. And like letting people know, like, this is how they did that magic trick, which is treated as some unforgivable sin in the magic world, even though this is the bit of Penn and Teller, like two of the most famous magicians working today.
Well,
so, like, it's just a thing you can do.
You gotta fool them. Yeah. This used to be a guy who would like go on TV. He was like the masked magician, right?
Yeah, he's cool. I liked him.
Anyway, I gotta pick up the pace.
Yeah, 5 minutes.
Michael Caine tries to hire Morgan Freeman to bust the Four Horsemen, and Morgan Freeman's like, maybe. Anyway, New York, baby, they've pinpointed where the Four Horsemen are in the apartment, so they go to arrest them, but only Dave Franco's there, and he does a cool magic fight scene. Cool in quotation marks there. Where he almost destroys Stamper from House of Cards arm. He almost mutilates a man forever for no reason. But Mark Ruffalo chases him, and Melanie Laurent gets a car, and they chase after him, and they're on the bridge, and they're like, "We're gonna get him," but then, oh no, he has a big car crash, and his body all burns up in the exploding car. But Mark Ruffalo got a piece of paper that shows that they're gonna steal a bunch of money from this vault that's just hanging out in a warehouse in New York.
Yeah,
sure. They explain what it is. I don't remember. It doesn't matter. So the FBI tries to protect it, but they get there and the vault is gone because they got an FBI called the vault people and was like, pack it up in a truck. But that was because he was hypnotized. Whoa. So they go to get the vault, and they're like, we stopped the truck just in time. We got the vault. Then for like the fourth time this movie, someone's like, but what if we do what they want anyway? Because then we can trap them. And it's like, you should know by now that that's not going to work. So they take it to the secret underground guerrilla magic show that the Four Horsemen are putting on. Or except it's the Three Horsemen because Dave Franco died. And they're like, it's sad that Dave Franco died, but it's so important that we steal a bunch of money that will do it for him. So they go to try to catch him, but Melanie Laurent's like, I know that's not where they are, Mark Ruffalo. We have to go somewhere else. And she's right, that's not where they are. The other FBI agents just tackle a bunch of mannequins, but they don't get there in time. Instead, they tackle a bunch of holograms.
Yeah, it's complicated. We'll get to it.
Oh, yeah. Also, they never really say how they did the New Orleans thing. It's just that they got Michael Caine's like password, like security question for his bank account. And I'm like, that's so incredibly not how this works.
Now he just uses Bank of America like all the rest of us. There's millions of dollars. They just let you transfer as much out as you want.
Mm-hmm. That's right. But yeah, no, we'll get to that later, probably. But yeah, so Melanie Laurent and Mark Ruffalo are chasing after them, and they don't catch them. They explode into money and disappear off the stage. This is never explained.
Nope.
Magic. They use magic to do it.
They use magic to do it. But wait a minute. All the money that's raining down on everyone that they supposedly stole is fake money with their faces on it. So where's the real money? And then we cut to Morgan Freeman going over to his car, which suddenly explodes, stuffed to the gills with money. Not literally explodes, but the doors burst open and money pops out because it's so full of money it can't stay in the car. And the police drive up and they're like, "We've got you, Morgan Freeman. You're the fifth horseman. We figured it out."
Even though he was clearly framed.
Even though it couldn't be more obvious that someone else put this money in his car. So Morgan Freeman's in jail and Mark Ruffalo goes to see him. And Morgan Freeman's like, "I can tell you how they did it if you let me out of jail." And Mark Ruffalo's like, "What's your information? And maybe I'll let you out of jail." And Morgan Freeman's like, "They never moved the vault in the first place." Oh, yeah, they tried to open the vault, and it turns out to be a fake vault. That happened earlier. They never moved the vault in the first place. They just put up a big mirror. And Mark Ruffalo's like, "Wouldn't we have seen ourselves in the big mirror? Isn't the way that trick works is that you angle it so it's like diagonal, and then also you make sure the audience only ever sees it from a specific angle?" And Morgan Freeman says, "Shut up. They used a mirror." And so the vault never left. So then they broke into the vault after you guys all ran off.
Who's they?
By they, I mean Dave Franco, who never died.
But he exploded. We saw it.
They got a fake car, and everyone in really, really bad mustaches and hats and wigs.
How dare you? Mr. Pizza Pie didn't crash that car for no reason.
He's also there. They set the car careening off, and there was a corpse from the morgue there. Not Dave Franco. Dave Franco's alive. And Morgan Freeman's like, "Wait, but who could have done all this?" And then he turns around and Mark Ruffalo's gone. And he's like, what'd you do that for? And Mark Ruffalo's like, "My dad was the magician that we said earlier you exposed. And then he did a stupid trick and died." And Morgan Freeman's like, "That couldn't be less my fault." And Mark Ruffalo says, "Too bad." And then the four horsemen show up at another place for that musician dad. And Mark Ruffalo's there and he says, "You guys are into my secret club." And they're like, "Yeah, we did it. We're secret club magicians." And that's the movie.
Yeah.
Wow. That is an incredible job by Diggins.
Yeah.
I
didn't miss anything. I can't.
There's one final point that I didn't cover, but who cares, really?
DJ, do you have any notes?
I mean, listen, I think this was a really hard job. Like, Now You See Me might be the reason that this 15-minute summary thing dies. It's impossible to summarize in 15 minutes. There's
all the complex
so
relationships, the histories the characters have. Because it's a twist movie, so it keeps explaining its twists. Usually this happens once per movie, but this movie has 3 of those.
There's so many twists, yeah.
Where you walk back through the scene and it's like, oh, actually,
who's the real guy?
Yeah. I would say the one thing. Oh, what were you saying, TJ?
I think Diggins did a good job.
The only thing I think Diggins missed is all the stuff with the dad and all that history.
I meant to keep going back and adding up, but there's so much other stuff to talk about.
Yeah,
I know, and it is kind of unimportant until the end when it's it's actually secretly what the whole thing has been, kind of. And it's one of those things you get little hints of. Did we say Mark Ruffalo kisses the lady?
Oh yeah, they kiss.
I didn't have time for that at the end there. But him and Melanie Laurent have a little romance by the end, and she realizes that he's the criminal, but she's like, "I don't care."
Yeah.
I'm Interpol. That's not my thing. Mm-hmm. Do you have a passport you need stamped or whatever?
Mm.
Do you have 2 police departments in different countries who need to coordinate information to make an arrest or something?
But she learned all about magic. She kept reading books of magic history and stuff. So she's kind of into the whole thing. What else? That was pretty much it.
I mean, we can talk about the dad thing as a wheel slice, but I don't know. Very early on, Morgan Freeman. So the first person that Mark Ruffalo goes to as like the angry FBI agent, when that's his whole personality, it's like Morgan Freeman, because he's the one who exposes all of the tricks. And for some reason, he's like, there was a magician named Mr. He was your dad, but I don't know that.
Lionel Shrike.
Sure.
Shrike, yeah.
Lonnie Shrike. And he died in this trick, right? You know. And
he died in a vault kind of thingy or something, and it didn't work, and then he died.
He locked himself in a safe and had the safe dropped in the Hudson, and he never came out.
Yeah.
And we learn later there's like things like that, but like really, like, I don't know, it's such like a specific thing to be a through line for this movie, because it ultimately is like Mark Ruffalo's whole motivation, but they could have just done something different, right? It's like, you know, this magician I guess him dying in a stupid magic trick is fine, but it's like a stupid way to die in the stupid magic trick.
I have thoughts about this whole motivation of Mark Ruffalo's that I'm sure we'll get to.
Okay, well, there's a lot of things it sounds like we have to get to, so
yeah, there is a lot to get to. Might as well. Yeah, you want to break out the
it's
heroic
Diggins'
wheel.
Yeah,
Diggins, that's to you.
Our old frenemy, the wheel.
Is it a magic wheel?
Yeah, you know, like when they strap an assistant to a wheel and then spin them and then throw knives. It's one of those wheels.
Those are cool. They didn't really do that in this. Joey did that in the Joey episode.
That's true. Joey did throw a knife.
So
what can't our pal Joey do?
Honestly, yeah, he'd be perfect. We'll get to it, but yeah, never has a movie been more Joey tuned.
But yeah, so I have a wheel here. Like I said, it's a big magician wheel that you throw knives at, but when the assistant's strapped on, and written on the little segments of this wheel are little notes that all of us had about the movie. So I'm going to spin it here, and it's going to land on somebody's, and then we'll talk about whatever their little wheel segment is. So let's just do it.
Are you going to throw knives at it to stop it? And like that's how we'll know. That would be cool.
So, ting ding 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 thunk. Let's see. The knife went on one of Nando's.
Oh, that's great. I have one. It's not incredibly important, but I'm glad the knife landed on this, because I do think it is maybe the dumbest individual moment of the movie for me. And all I've got for the way to describe it is the bubble trick. This is something that happens in New Orleans as part of the New Orleans Magic Show that is described by our team, to be fair, as kind of an odds and ends. Like, we're going to do all kinds of magic tricks, and maybe they'll all add up to one big cool magic trick. And some of them are like explaining the hidden rabbit thing, and that's going to be how they hide the safe and whatever. And some of them are like things to set up how they're going to escape from that specific like show. But at one point, and this takes place in a big, a pretty large theater. Like the first show takes place in like a huge arena, but then this one is like in, I don't know, some there's space.
A traditional theater, I would say, like like an old school
multi-lounge, like multi-stage or level. So like so we see all these tricks. Also, the first trick in this show is what's her name, Ela Fisher, going like, you've seen people put a rabbit into a hat, but what if you put a hat in a rabbit, and just like fully just exploding a rabbit into a hat, like, and no more rabbit, the hat is there now. And I think this was the first one of these where I'm like, oh, this isn't magic, like these are something else, like this is actual magic, but not these like there's no explanation for these. Then we take a little detour into mentalism because he has to be involved, but then and then like you were saying, gambit card tricks. But then one of the tricks is Jesse Eisenberg on stage for what must be like a couple of minutes, because there's multiple bubbles already going by the time we see it, just blowing bubbles, big bubbles, and everybody in the crowd's like, ooh, amazing.
Not blowing them from like a bubble wand, like his hands, he's like making like gel.
Is like goop. Unusual, but like a thing a person could do.
Yeah, for sure.
Like there's a trick.
And if somebody did it, you'd be like, well, this is boring to watch. Like the first time you'd be like, oh, a bubble. And then you just keep doing it, like moving around the stage and making more and more bubbles. Anyway, so that's part of the trick. presumably that, and that's the thing with some of these tricks. It's like some of them, a lot of the times they play a trick out and they're like, this is just a normal boring magic trick, but what if it's badass? And I guess for the normal boring magic trick part of this, it's just the classic bubbles routine. But then Isla Fisher's character jumps into one of the bubbles, and like I said, human size, like Dickens said, I think human size bubbles. So she's like able to like be in it, and then just floats around the whole place as if like held by like a wire, because it's clearly wire work, and she's doing like little flips and her bubbles flying through the air, and then it pops, she falls, Jesse Eisenberg catches her, they're in the balcony or something, or like the mezzanine, and he's like ran over there while she's been doing this bubble thing. But like, what the fuck was this? Like, what even happened to it? Like, just full on bubble magic.
It seems that Isla Fisher's all has to be the Daredevil one, because like they all have a thing, right? And first of all, it shouldn't have been 4 of them. It should only have been like 3. I think 4 was too many, but because like,
who could we possibly do without, DJ?
I can't pick one. But like her first trick's the piranha trick, which is very silly.
Yeah.
Right. She gets piranha. Like all of her tricks are like, oh no, the trick fails, but it's part of the trick. Ooh.
Because also the piranha trick is tarot.
Well, yeah. Which one is she?
Well, not the what tarot it is, but she finds the tarot.
Oh.
In her piranha tank after the show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Like, why would you put it there? That'd be so hard to get.
Yeah. Right. Otherwise it was just like, oh, it's in a pocket or whatever. But yeah, it's like there's nothing that ties her magic to the heists, where you could like argue the sleight of hand, the mentalism, the street thuggery magic, I guess is Dave Franco's one, all kind of have to do with heists and stuff.
I would say
I don't know
what's his name's doing is like what what Dave Franco's doing is what Matt Damon does in the Ocean's movies. It's just pickpocketing, classic heist trick that you want to have. So he makes perfect sense. And like, if you could have someone who could just hypnotize everyone in a second, also great for heists.
Yeah, if you have someone who can make a guy fall asleep by looking at him
with a weak-minded man. Yeah. And then Jesse Eisenberg. How dare you? Yeah. But yeah, and then Jesse Eisenberg is just like the showman. But you're right, like she's like the girl. But that means she has to be whatever the 4th kind of magician is, which is like Chris Angel or something.
Yeah,
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Even though they're all kind of Chris Angel because they're all annoying. They're all dressed like tools. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like, did you think part of the thing about this movie that sucks is there could be different kinds of magician that they are? Like,
yeah,
I think there are, like one of them could be not a big showy guy and just like a really technical magician, and you could kind of say that's what Dave Franco is, but like instead they're just all kind of Chris Angel, but if they did mentalism, or Chris Angel if they did sleight of hand, and it's that part of it's really boring, and part of it's because just Chris Angel is very unlikable, and wouldn't be fun to watch him forever.
It's one of the things that worries me about the future movies is like, or at least with Now You Don't, is like we're adding people, and it's like, well, don't add magicians, right? I don't want more magicians unless it's like maybe rival magician gangs, but what? I'm going to watch like our Daredevil versus your Daredevil.
Well, TJ, if there's one thing that's definitely going to make these characters more bearable, it's a new set of characters who think they're really cool.
Yeah. Whatever the edgy young version of these guys is, which like doesn't make any sense, but even more doesn't make sense considering what they are in this movie.
I'm really baffled what the next one could possibly be, considering that these guys are all wanted criminals now.
Well,
that's right. We didn't. Yeah, I guess it's the one thing that was missed from the summary. But like, so they do their people into money trick where they jump off the building and turn into money, and then they're in Times Square just like looking around, and then all the Times Square screens have like breaking news: 4 horsemen got away. FBI gives up. Like the FBI is just done because the movie's over.
Because Mark Ruffalo's the FBI, and he just threw that paper away and threw the whole investigation paper away and was like, I don't think these guys are really up to anything. Pretty sure when that one exploded in the car, he was the ringleader of the whole thing.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
So
I do
anyway,
like
yeah.
his
Yeah.
explanation earlier when he's like, you can't prosecute us because then you'll have to accept that magic is real and you're not
real.
going to do that. Which, like, I don't think that's exactly correct, but I like
No.
that as like an idea for how he's going to get away with it.
I mean, I feel like that's a different wheel slice at this point, but I have
Right,
thoughts
yeah,
on
we will.
that.
That's true. But anyway, yeah, the bubble trick is the stupidest one, I think, in the entire movie, because it is the most implausible and also doesn't really feel like something you'd see in a magic show. It feels like something you'd see at like Cirque du Soleil, which is a Vegas thing, but not a magic thing. So weird, very weird. That's all I got though for that wheel slice.
All right, so why don't I go ahead and spin this wheel again? Ooh, tick 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 thunk. Oh, DJ, the knife hit one of yours.
Oh, well, this magic wheel or magic knife really teed me up because my note here is like accept that magic is real. So I do want to talk about the interrogation scene, and I'm glad this dovetails so nicely. So there's Jesse Eisenberg has that whole thing. It's like you can't do anything because you'd have to accept magic is real. But like there is a point because this scene is after, right? This scene is after we get Morgan Freeman's explanation of the trick?
No, this is before. This is right after they get captured.
Oh, that's right.
Doing
so
the
it's like
trick.
the next day
yeah.
after the show.
Yeah.
We're in this space where it's like, oh, can they do real magic? And there's a trick that he does where Jesse Eisenberg is handcuffed to the table, but they let him play with cards, which is insane. Why would you let the magician have anything in his hands?
Signature thing, you know?
And then he does this little thing where Mark Ruffalo gets really angry, and then Jesse Eisenberg magics the handcuffs onto Mark Ruffalo. And the key is in like a Pepsi can.
A sealed Pepsi can.
Yeah, that the airport page has. And if you're Mark Ruffalo, it's like, you cannot leave. You're in so much more trouble now. Maybe earlier it was fine, but now you absolutely can't leave. It's like, it's all on video, right? You have to,
This is like in Cop Brain, this is assaulting an officer.
I was going to say, yeah.
Jesse Eisenberg's going to jail.
And like, it's all on video, right? Like, even if they had like in court, it's like, sir, tell us how you did the trick. And it's like, I can't. Magic, it's real. And then it's like, all right, witch, tie a rock to his ankle and throw him into the lake. Like, but there's no way out of this, Jesse Eisenberg. However you did that stupid thing. Also, how did he do that stupid thing?
Well, that's part of what's so fun about this movie, watching it on your computer, being able to fuck with the speed and make it really slow and just see what the movie wants you to think it is, because it's nothing. He just throws handcuffs at him and they magically teleport to his hands. But like,
That's what I was talking about, where it's all editing.
Yeah.
Right.
But at least editing's editing. This is just CGI handcuffs. Like that's the part about this that makes it extra stupid. Because I'd buy, like, because there'll be a bit later, I think, where like, what's his name does like fancy Dave Franco does kind of fancy shit with handcuffs or whatever. Like, you could buy that these guys could presumably break out of handcuffs and like you wouldn't even notice. People do that all the time and shit like this. But the idea that he is able to toss them at Mark Ruffalo, they connect with Mark Ruffalo, and then he's got him is, yeah, it's an insane little thing to show.
And these are the handcuffs where it's like, they're like, there's a chain going through the desk, right? These are like serious handcuffs. Also, he's the only one who is handcuffed this way. Everyone else seems to get the no handcuff treatment. They let one of them like play with a chair. I think it's Isla Fisher. She gets to like play with a chair. Cause they're all doing cute little magic stuff in their interrogation room. But like, it's the turning into money. It's the bubble trick, right? It's like, it's because, you know, so after we get the explanation of how Morgan Freeman tells the whole heist, from then on out, because Morgan Freeman gave a technical explanation that involved no magic, you know, some mentalism, hypnotism bullshit, but no, like,
I mean, it involved magic, but
yeah,
I'm sure, but like whatever, explainable, whatever. Then anything they do from then on out is like explainable, even if it's not, you know, see money
if it's not explained.
Trick.
But I feel like this movie operates under the logic that Jesse Eisenberg presents, where it's like, if you can't prove how we did it, then you're not allowed to arrest us. And like, A, that's not true. B, we don't need to prove how you did it to have evidence that you did it. For example,
right?
banks keep track of the serial numbers of money that they have. We can compare that to the euros you rained on this stadium. And if they match, then we know you got this money from that bank. It doesn't matter how. We know you stole it. You're going to jail.
Yeah.
Also, like, that money, the money trick is so bizarre the way that it's presented, because it's like, they're like, you can't prove that we did it. It's like, well, of course there's something going on with this stage. All we have to do is go there and look under the stage, and then we'll find all the stuff. Like, you didn't do this in Central Park. Like, it's an investigation. We'll have to do that, but I'm sure we'll turn up something. And
it's so funny also because the scene after this, when someone's like, I won't explain how it happened, Mark Ruffalo's like, well, then I'll charge you with obstruction of justice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, why didn't you do that to the guys who did it? If they're like, we didn't do it, but we won't tell you how we didn't do it because fuck you.
Yeah.
Then you're going to jail.
Yeah, especially because, like, these aren't just, like, regular magic tricks. And it's like, well, we can't tell you how we did the magic tricks. Nobody else is doing bank robberies via teleportation magic tricks. So you can give that one up. It's only you guys. And it's fine. Yeah.
This is the part where it's like the movie has no friction because they are caught by the FBI. The FBI has them. Like, Mark Ruffalo has the guys. And it's not even like there's a clever little thing there where it's like, oh, well, because Mark Ruffalo is a magician, he let them go. It's just like they were so cool. It was like, all right, they're gone, right? Like, there's nothing to look back to where it's like, oh, we got nothing, let them go. And it's like, oh, well, that was like Mark Ruffalo secretly helping, or like he left something for them, right? Like he helped him get handcuffed, right? Like, I don't know if like, I don't know how this would happen, but if they're like, whoa, how did you do the handcuff thing? He's like, that's the weird thing. I didn't. Or like, I don't know. Just like something to make it like more connected. But like, we just jump from scene to scene where the magicians do magic to get their way with no resistance and no help. They're just magic.
Right. And like,
sorry, you go.
Oh, which is to say, like, that would be fun if you could look back and go like, oh, that scene where he's saying like where they're doing the thing with the handcuffs. It's like, that works because he was saying to Jesse Eisenberg, like, some things about Coke or something. And then like, not like giving him like instructions, but like the way that they're programming other people would be like programming them to know what to do next, even though they're not doing it. So like they kind of start to think they're magic. And then it's like, no, you're not magic. It's just that the guy is helping you throughout all of the parts of the investigation where something really implausible happens. That would be clever.
Yeah.
And if I'm the FBI, I would see Mark Ruffalo let these guys go after this and be like, well, he's in on it, right?
Yes. Right. Yes.
There's no reason to let them go.
Oh, and the other fucking crazy thing that happens in this room is the cell phone switch, which you'd definitely be able to see on camera somewhere. There would be even if you're Mark Ruffalo and you're trying to let that happen, there would still be someone who would check the footage and go like,
if I was Melanie Laurent in that scene, who is not in on it, and I just see him pick up the phone, I would be like, well, pat him down or something. He obviously just switched that phone. Why else would he pick it up like that?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That part really was pretty stupid. But I don't.
I was gonna say, and it's an early like framing for the movie too. That like really like makes it kind of fall like a house of cards.
It was in every trailer. Was that shit where he throws the handcuffs on him, and that was the first kind of instance. If you're watching the movie, like, this is just bullshit. Like,
yes, I totally agree.
There's a world where, and we'll get to it a little bit, but like, well, I'm sure we'll cover some facet of it. Like, some shit is holograms. And like, there's a world where this is like the Spider-Man movie where Mysterio's doing everything with just really fucking futuristic drones that shoot holograms, and it all looks real and it's stupid. But like, you can kind of go back through the scenes and go, oh, that's where the hologram drone was. That's clever. And then that's how he gets to here. But yeah, this scene, like, there's stuff like this where it's like, can't be holograms. It has to be just, some sort of like telekinesis or something that they're all able to do. Yeah, it's this movie. That's why I think it's so much fun. It's because this movie's so stupid.
Well, that's my wheel size for this.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then I guess it's time for me to spin this wheel again. Whoa! Tick 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 tick. Thunk. Oh, the knife hit one of mine. Here it just says bank fraud for dummies.
Oh yeah. Let's get to it.
So I said it in the summary, but like they steal a bunch of Michael Caine's money and transfer it to the accounts of people that his insurance company didn't pay out to.
Mm-hmm.
Presumably based on the amounts that they should have gotten, because they're all like random amounts.
Right.
And first of all, they are able to do this not because of any magic trick, but because they tricked him on the plane into saying the name of his childhood pet and like his maternal uncle, so that they got his mom's maiden name.
Yep.
And then like when we used your bank security questions to go into your account and do all these transfers. And I'm like, there's like a million reasons why that wouldn't work.
Yeah, multimillionaires are just like us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. First of all, he doesn't have an account like that. Second of all, any like movement of funds from a bank of more of $10,000 or more requires like notification and extra approval. So they wouldn't have been able to do that.
Yeah, fucking Zelle won't let you transfer more than $1,000 to someone. Like the amount of money that they're just throwing around is, I mean, they are magic and they can do magic to the apps or whatever. So that kind of explains it. But
let's throw all of that away. Let's assume that they somehow managed to do all of that and it worked and they got away, escaped the FBI. They publicly admitted to bank fraud.
Yeah.
The bank would just reverse the transfers.
Yeah, all those people don't get too excited.
Yeah, they don't get to keep that money. A group of criminals said on stage, being recorded, we took that money out of your account without your permission by stealing your passwords. That's all the evidence he needs for the bank to put all the money back.
Yeah.
Yeah. It reminds me of another famous Michael Caine movie, the Batman movie, where Bane steals all the money from the stock exchange and then Batman goes home the next day and he's like, I'm ruined. It's like, no, you're not. There's stuff for this. You maybe will have to not have a small amount of money for a couple of days, but you'll be fine.
Like the rich are protected. If there's anything we protect, it's the rich's money, right? They ain't losing it.
I mean, but if anyone was the victim of bank fraud, and then at a very popular recorded stage show, the perpetrator said, I did a bank fraud on this person and took all their money, I think the bank would reverse that.
They would,
anyone.
They would be like, oh, we're doing a parody. We're joking. It's like a Weird Al song. We're kidding. No real bank fraud.
It feels like in this universe, the rules of bank fraud are, as long as you knew the secret password codes, that does count. Like if you used hacking to get in, that's illegal. Don't do that. But if you knew the name of the pet, then it's not bank fraud because you just got in and took the money that you earned, you know. Be like, if you have the keys to someone's house, you just go in and take whatever you want. Doesn't matter if you own it, but you do have the key. So it's fine. And pretty cool.
I also have to say, underrated part of this stupid trick from a visual aspect is the way that they have them do it is like that thing you wrote your bank thing on, take that paper out, take your cell phone light out and heat it up to reveal the invisible ink or whatever. And I'm like, this is like the real life version of this. Is like, come on, you fucking take me hours. Someone give me a fucking lighter.
And also like, they wrote it down, right? Like not the Four Horsemen. The people in the audience wrote their bank account statement or whatever. How did they know where they were going to write it so that it would appear properly with the invisible ink?
Yeah,
they were all incepted or something via as they walked into the show. What's his name was there and just saying like put the thing bottom second third of the paper, and then like he said that to everybody as they entered the thing, but they didn't notice it. So secretly they did.
Also, people who set up this fucking scene, just one note. So they have a big old check with like Michael Caine's like bank statement that's like has the whole amount, and they use like a stage spotlight to like change the fucking number.
Yeah.
Just making a goddamn digital display. It's like, here, we have a screen. You can watch the numbers tick down in real time.
But then it's not magic, TJ.
Fuck off. I don't care. Ask me how much I care.
I feel like the way this works is just like he has all his money in a vault that's illegal or something like that. Like he has money tied up in some offshore account that would never be traced back to him, and they figured it out, and that's the money that they took. But yeah, instead they just took like his checking account, like his personal savings account.
Or like they said, we stole your password, and he's like, well, that doesn't matter. The bank will reverse it. And they're like, we didn't steal the money. We saw the evidence of all your insurance fraud.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. But instead, they did steal the money because it's more exciting if money happens in front of all of the people.
Even though they'll never get to keep it. Never.
This is the other problem with these guys. They like the movie tries to build them up as these like Robin Hood type figures who the people love because they reverse injustice and also just give you money. As if that's how Robin Hood works. Because like this one is specifically all Katrina victims. But in the first show, it's just people at Vegas like that get money rained down on them. And then by the third time this happens, it's just fake money rained down on Brooklyn hipsters, I'm assuming, or something, wherever this takes place. But like, it's not, there's no specific crowd. So, yeah, just the idea that you would feel like this about these guys, like they're like Mr. Beast. You know, you'd be like psyched to see them because you're like, oh, maybe I'm going to get some money. But I don't think they would be like folk heroes the same way that the movie pretends they are.
Well, I think the folk hero doesn't come from them giving away money. It comes from them being magicians, which in this universe is the coolest, sexiest thing a person could possibly be.
That's true. And it is. I mean, we see it. Like, you know, that's the part of the movie we're looking at and we're like, wow, these people are all having lots of sex because they keep telling us about it. Or there's that one woman in that one scene.
Early on when Jesse Eisenberg is like, a chance to join the secret organization? I don't even care about having sex with you, hot woman. Get out of here.
That was so bizarre. And her turn from, oh, I love you so much, to like, get out, you fucking jerk, hate you. It was like,
I mean, he was being a huge dick, to be fair to her.
The turn on that scene is just like, it's big pivot. I mean, yeah, I'm not defending him. He's a huge jerk, but yeah.
Well, I mean, for us, I feel like because we live in the real world, we're like really we're really like protective of this opportunity that Jesse Eisenberg's character has because he's a magician that does street magic, like card magic, and acts like a tool. So we're like, dude, you cannot let this lady walk out. This is your one this year. Like, take this seriously. But in the world of Now You See Me, she's just like this happened earlier this morning and in the afternoon, different women every day. Cause like he's huge
the Joey
star
of the Now You See Me universe.
Exactly. Yeah. He's Charles Atlas or whatever. Johnny Atlas, something Atlas. What's the name of the real guy?
Charles Atlas.
That's Charles Atlas. Okay. Then yeah, whatever. What's his character's name?
Sorry, I'm confused.
Jesse Eisenberg.
Oh, I mean, Charles, there was a guy who was like a strong man in like something Atlas. Would he like read? He had like I don't remember what it is. Anyway, he's a good guy.
Charles Atlas was a bodybuilder.
That's what I'm thinking of.
But that's what he went by.
So then what's his character's name in the movie?
Which movie? What are you talking about?
Now You See Me.
Who's Jesse Eisenberg's character's name?
Yeah. Is he named after that guy? Daniel Atlas.
No, he's not named after him.
That's why I was like Daniel Atlas, but I kept saying Charles Atlas but I guess my thing with him is he's the only one that has a name that sounds like a magician name. So, well, actually that's not true. Dave Franco's name sounds like a magician name too. But, I guess him being called J. Daniel Atlas sets him up as the biggest tool in the group because he's got the most stage bullshit going on. And, so that's why I'm like, this guy's gotta keep these, if this works on this woman, it's important to him. Also, speaking of things you can slow down, did you watch this trick in that he does on the in that first scene with the lights and stuff? And did you also see the 7 of diamonds?
Oh, I saw it without slowing it down.
Well, I saw it without slowing it down too. If you slow it down, it's on all the cards. And it's the only thing that's clear out of all of them. So I did think for a second, I was like, oh, that's a clever movie. And then I was like, nope, never mind. It's bullshit. movie editing bullshit. But I've seen this trick done. It's a cool trick. But
yeah, I mean, there is lots of magician ways to. It's called forcing a card, so like know what a person's gonna pick. Sort of just you basically make them pick it by the way you're offering the cards, and then you can do all sorts of crazy things because you know what they picked.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, J. Daniel Atlas.
What a guy.
Cool. Also, he has another thing about his look. They do time passes in this movie. They all look largely the same when they go from like they kind of get fancier. But he grows a soul patch or something like in a goatee and stuff. Yeah. So that's bad. It was bad in 2013. Nobody thought that was cool ever. So yeah, I don't know what's going on with them.
Well, it's time to spin that wheel again. So I'm just gonna take this and tick 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 thunk. Well, the knife landed in one of Nando's this time.
Oh,
okay. I can't wait to talk about this because it's my favorite thing of the movie, and this is super awesome. High five. This is something that we see twice in the opening bit. It's not important, but the camera thinks it's important. And as part of their little magic show, the Four Horsemen, and their first big magic show in Vegas in the arena, they're all like J. Daniel Atlas do most of the talking. Hila Fisher's there as well, but the other two, Woody Harrelson and Dave Franco, are kind of on the perimeter doing like hyping up the crowd, and also they're going to be doing stuff where they have to get things from people and whatever. And at one point, because they're on this humongous stage doing nothing, what they have to do and has to kind of make the scene seem dynamic is Dave Franco and Woody Harrelson line up for a good like 2 seconds and then run at each other, jump in the air, and do a high five. And everybody in the crowd loves it. And it's like so exciting to them. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Go to 15 minutes and 55 seconds in this movie and just enjoy the setup and also the show. This show that they're doing ends with one of those because it's their signature move, but like so fucking funny to see in live action, not live action, but just to watch them do it, to be like, oh wow, they
do this now. Yeah,
really proud of this. Yeah. Like, I imagine this stuff takes a lot of practice. I imagine this part wasn't that hard, but maybe in real life it was for them, and they were like, we got it. That was awesome. Because yeah, the amount of like setup that goes into this, you'd think one of them's going to turn into a bunch of balloons or something. Like, it's that put together. Did you watch it, DJ? Do you love it?
They can explode into things.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have that power.
But yeah, DJ, did you watch The Amazing High Five?
No. What, you said 1555?
Yeah. For me, at least. I don't know. Maybe.
Well, DJ, did you, like me, watch the extended edition?
There's an extended edition?
Yeah, I'll just share my
screens.
Mine was 2 hours and 4 minutes.
I did not watch the extended edition.
Mine was also 2 hours, 4 minutes, so I don't know what was extended about it besides
you
that
guys
one
had
bit
extra
at the end.
stuff. Oh my god! What if your high five
maybe it was
the
this
extra stuff?
Yeah, maybe it didn't make it into the original cut. People would find it too unbelievable. Okay, so yeah,
I can tell you one thing that was definitely in the extended edition, and it was that brief moment when you see a woman's boobs in New Orleans.
Oh yeah, are you ready?
This is in mine. No,
it is. There's no way it's not. Really?
It's not. I'm telling you, it's not.
They couldn't have deprived you of the cool high five, DJ.
You gotta share your screen with me after this and show you. But first, we're gonna watch it just so you can see. So yeah, this is they're talking up the thing. I'm in Daniel Atlas. I'm a cool guy. I got a soul patch now. And then the other ones are there. And then yeah, they both look at each other for like a full 5 seconds. Get ready. Bam.
All right. So
magic.
I clearly got cheap because I watched mine because on YouTube TV just because like they had it. So I'm like, oh great, YouTube TV has it. But oh my gosh, yeah.
Can you share? Does it let you share your screen?
I mean, I'm just so wait. They come out. This is gotta be great audio.
This is a discovery on par with the Scooby Doo.
Honestly,
switch ups.
I mean,
the high fives only in the extended edition.
As someone that I'm pretty sure saw this in theaters, I'm pretty sure this was in the theater version. So unless DJ has some sort of like rated for home, like
YouTube
kind of like
TV took it out.
Yeah, these Monday through Friday snakes on this Monday through Friday plane or whatever. Like, monkey fighting snakes. They must have.
Hold on, I'm about to see it. Oh, I think it is in mine. I got him with the stupid soul.
The high five
It's
is
there.
too hot for TV.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Phew. Oh,
So
so grieved.
And then, so that's 15 minutes and change into the movie. And then when they finish the trick, right. Well, in the extended cut, that's right. But then when they finish the trick and all the money's going and like sprinkling down on the audience, the two of them also do one of these. I'm trying to find the clip of it so I can see it myself just because it's fucking sick as hell. But it's hard. That one's a little harder to find. I think it's when the money first rains down. So it's not when they're doing their like bows. It's just they're standing around. And I loved it. I hope they had fun. Like I hope these two on set were like, you want to practice the high five again? And Dave Frank was like, fucking sure, man, it's gonna be sick. And then they did it because that's great.
They weren't even that excited about the magic stuff. They just really wanted to do the high five.
Hold on, I'm gonna share it again so we can watch the other high five again, just so that we can understand truly the magic of magic.
Everyone needs to enjoy these.
And this one happens at about almost exactly 23 minutes into the extended cut of the movie, apparently. So like, everybody's just kind of, money is falling into everybody's hands. Like, wow, you saw it? You blink and you miss it. But yeah, it happened. And there, pretty cool. Not him though, but him. I love this movie. So yeah, super awesome high five, pretty sick. There should have been a scene after this character died where he was like, where Woody Harrelson was trying to teach it to Jesse Eisenberg, and Jesse Eisenberg just couldn't do it. And he was like, I think it's gonna die with him, the high five. I would
say that wouldn't make any sense because they know what happened, but there's many such cases.
Yeah, I mean, overall, it doesn't. Yeah, that their knowledge in that scene, they're they know they're in a movie. They're having some fun with us, the audience. But yeah, so that's all I got for that wheel slice. Diggins, you want to spin that wheel again?
Yeah, let's go. Tick, 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 thunk. DJ, the knife landed on one of yours.
I'm so happy it did. So I want to talk about I'm kind of jumping to the end, but it's kind of a broader thing. So I wrote this, "Kiss Me, You Fool," and I want to talk about an Interpol agent and Mark Ruffalo. So the whole time, so because they stole from a bank in France, Interpol's involved. So they send a French lady. Now, what's insane is she like learns about, okay, here's how I guess it did the heist of the bank, but like it no longer becomes about the money. It's just like she is part of catching these guys. That's just her whole thing now. Even though, I mean, besides the fact Interpol didn't send her to do this, at some point it's like, okay, like figure out the French thing and then get back here. You don't need to like figure out, what these guys are doing. But
the most important thing in the world. So, I mean, at that point, it's like, might as well.
So
it's like in that Lupin movie we watched where the detective gets sent to catch Lupin no matter where he is.
Yes, exactly. So just what the strange thing about this is that like it turns into a buddy cop with the two of them, and she is the I'm open to magic and let's have some fun with this, and we really have to branch out to the wider picture. And Mark Ruffalo is the knuckle dragging ape who's like, I'm just mad all the time and these guys keep evading me and we gotta figure this out and stop talking to me. And it's this whole thing.
His hair is long, he hasn't shaved recently. He's just a mess of a human being.
And it's not like this is endearing at all, or they have any moments where there's any kind of spark, right? There's just nothing. But just inexplicably at the end of the movie, you get the little hints like 20 seconds before. It's like, wait, are they gonna fucking kiss? And they do, and it really is on the level of like Rey and Kylo Ren. It's like, oh, are we just gonna have the male and female characters kiss because heteronormativity or whatever? Like, you might as well have had like Mark Ruffalo like kiss his buddy in the FBI who was like helping him all the time.
Stamper,
I would have loved it if he kissed Stamper.
They had more of a, not that you need a connection for the kiss, but
with a very judgmental tone and using a slur, Woody Harrelson lets us
love it.
He does some cross-dressing with his wife.
on my notes, but yeah, there's really nothing to say about it besides that he throws that out there. And it's 2013. Things are a little different. I still feel like it's a little much the way that Woody Harrelson throws it out there.
Yeah, I think it's over the line. That's the way he says it, right? But that's fine. So anyway, so this happens, and then there's the reveal where it's like, I'm a magician, criminal man. Even though I don't know what crimes he did. I guess he helps the guys, kind of.
Yeah.
The Four Horsemen.
Well, and whatever else the eye does or whatever, I guess.
I can't wait to figure out. And
I mean, it's implied that he planned, like, they've just been following instructions.
Right, that's true.
Right.
So, like, he planning things like this that get executed is also a crime.
Right. But then, yes, she's obviously falls in love with him, and it's like, it's fine that you're a criminal. And like, I don't know why this was in the movie. Like, I don't know why Mark Ruffalo needed her running around with him the whole movie. Why couldn't be his FBI buddy? Like, why? Like, because they want to draw such a contrast where he refuses to be flexible and she is, but like, it's very done after the first scene. Like, it's
all pointless at the end when we find out that he was the mastermind the whole time.
Yeah, he's really good at acting
for a good reason.
Right.
We'll get to it.
Gold. Yeah.
They do try to do a little misdirect where it's like, ooh, is she secretly working with the horsemen?
Yes.
Because like, why is she here? Why did she get sent? She's a desk agent, not a field agent.
There's so much of that like,
yeah,
this movie's not quite dumb enough at that in the construction for me to be like, she probably is it. It's like, it would have to be even dumber than it is, but yeah, it really sets her up as the bad guy for the beginning chunk.
But also, like, it never goes beyond Mark Ruffalo being like, are you the secret accomplice? And she's like, no. And that's it. End of beat.
Yeah.
I guess to nitpick, there's zero chance the FBI would have let her be this involved. There's just no way. Especially as, like, what was that? Sorry.
I want to have sex with her, maybe.
Oh, my friend.
Like, I feel like he could pull some strings. But again, this is a world where magicians are constantly getting laid, so it's not that big of a deal for him.
It's I'm sure.
You know what else would have been a cool thing to do with this character? To have it so that Mark Ruffalo is messing up all the time, doing the wrong thing. Mm-hmm. She starts doing the right thing, and that starts disrupting. Like, the things that go wrong in the heist are because of what she's doing. So then at the end, when it's revealed that Mark Ruffalo was secretly working with them the whole time, you're like, that's why she was the only competent one. Right, because she was the only one actually trying to stop them.
Yeah.
That would be interesting.
Alas. Yeah. No such satisfaction for us.
Yeah. There was one scene where, in this about halfway through the movie, because they try to get the New Orleans heist doesn't go as the way Mark Ruffalo's guys want. Everybody gets out, and then she goes home to, I guess, drink a little bit and read the books of magic, like the magic history books. And then he goes into her bedroom with her, and I'm like, oh, are they sleeping in the same bed in this like
I also
thing?
had that thought.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I guess she seems kind of like, and that's the other thing is like, she's got way too much patience for his bullshit that I'm like, maybe they're totally fucking, like, from day one, she's just like really, and it's working and they're doing it. But I don't, because like, even in the first time they get to New Orleans, he's like, why are you doing your job? And she's like, I was getting an apartment for us to do our thing in. And you're like, oh, okay. It's like, you should have some fun while you're down here. So like, I don't know. Yeah, it seems like these two have dated before.
Maybe in this universe, it's not that everyone's fucking magicians. Maybe everyone's horny and everyone's fucking.
Yeah, that would explain why they're having sex with magicians this much.
Right.
Yeah.
They have no other choice.
Yeah, it's just, there are also human beings on the planet who are also, part of it. And like, their magicianness is not getting in the way of it.
You know what? You know what they've all eaten?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
This is
the Merovingian cake. Yeah.
No.
You thought you could get through a movie with a French character without a visit from the Norwegian.
Oh my gosh.
Merovingian, I was wondering about this because so much of this movie takes place, well, not so much this movie, but there's a lot of France in this movie. And one of the guys, like the first scene is, or the first heist is the Etienne is the guy who they have to, use his bank information and they teleport him or whatever. Have you ever met that guy? Is he a frequent, participant in your debauchery? And then,
yes, Etienne and I are good friends because a lot of people do not know this, but Now You See Me actually takes place in the Matrix.
So that
able to
would
do
make
all the magic.
so much fucking sense.
Yeah.
If in the end of the third movie they just take off headsets and they're like, all right, let's go back to work.
Yeah, plug.
And they're just like,
Yes.
dock workers in a regular world.
The four horsemen, and you know how at the end of the third Matrix movie they were like, it has done this 8 times or whatever.
Yeah.
They were the Keanu Reeves of the 4th time that they did the whole cycle. So they have actualized their powers of being their one and can manipulate reality in the Matrix. That is how they do their magic powers.
That makes so much sense. This must have been so upsetting for Morpheus or whoever was in charge of them that they were like, you're going to fucking kill the computers. And they were like, I think that sounds like fun, but we have another idea. Let's all be different kind of magicians.
They all decided to go the Joey Pounce route in that one. It did not work out so well for the Resistance.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't blame him. Merovingian, just a question. So, okay, we see you in the Matrix use that cake on that woman so you could have sex with her. So, am I to believe that in this version of the Matrix, the Now You See Matrix, is everyone eating that cake, and are you having sex with all of them? What's going on here? Is it a big orgy?
There are only so many hours in the day, DJ.
Okay.
But
right.
I do what I can.
Okay. And what inspired you? This is amazing. Even magicians are getting laid.
Yes, that was the most difficult one, was to make a cake strong enough that people would want to have sex with magicians. I had to really up the formula.
And magicians with little pork pie hats and big giant scarves and stuff. So really difficult magicians to get laid if you know. This really is if you had your most cool friend. You're like, we're gonna take you out to the bar, and then they just showed up just like these guys, pickup artists. They all kind of look like pickup artists, actually.
They also know magic like pickup artists.
That's right. Pickup artists too know magic. If speaking of magic, do you think because if these guys were in one of the versions of the Matrix, how did that version of the Matrix end? Did the machines kill them? Did they side with the machines? Did they give up the human resistance?
Eventually, Morpheus turned him over to the machines because he was like, I cannot deal with these assholes anymore.
That's very fair.
And then the whole thing just sort of collapsed, and the machines said, fuck it, we are going to restart this one.
Yeah. That's a great call.
Yeah.
I like the French guy in this. I mean,
you should. French guy is the best kind of guy.
He was pretty fun in it. No, yeah, he was great. And he, I was gonna say, I loved how they incepted him. I'm glad we're talking about him a little bit more. Do you guys remember Merovingian? I mean, you lived this movie, so I'm sure you remember. But DJ, do you remember what they did to get the Etienne to be part of the plan? The thing that's revealed later? How they influenced him?
Oh, I don't.
They walk by him every day and just whisper go to Las Vegas.
Oh,
man. Flick some broken chips in the air.
Just showing him shit.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget, they are wearing comically obvious, disguise outfits. They're wearing trench coats and big hats and sunglasses, walking by him quite suspiciously.
It's so funny.
Go sit B513. B513.
Yeah.
Goodness me.
Can you imagine a lot in France? Are there a lot of people getting incepted to do stuff?
Constantly. Every other person in France is being incepted by the other person in France.
Yeah. They really had to hope it wasn't a scenario, because I don't think that guy was with anyone. Maybe he was, but what if he was just not feeling well that day and gave to a friend, sold him on SeatGeek, right? And then
Oh yeah.
513, some guy stands up and it's like, oh my God, it's Steve. Oh no.
DJ, are you suggesting that some of these plans are perhaps susceptible to completely random chance and people not behaving exactly as you predicted?
Well, thank God it's in the Matrix, so you can program all that in.
That's right. Yeah, if it wasn't in the Matrix, then none of that would make any sense
None of
at
it
all.
make any sense.
Like, at least some of them would not work because people would just do different things. But in the Matrix, it is all programs. You can tell exactly what they are going to do. You see, the movie actually makes perfect sense.
Perfect sense.
I love it.
Fun about this? Everything about this trick is so stupid. When they, because what we learn is they don't teleport him into a vault in France. They have a separate, similar vault built under the stage. They just fucking drop him 10 feet on his ass, and he's just like, is okay, but he might not be okay. The other thing I love about this scene is like I said, they're incepting him with like little go to the thing, and the other one is the
these cards and
chip.
chips.
But then they send Isla Fisher in to bump into him, and I'm like, oh, it's just gonna like drop what, like the ticket into his back? No, she gets his head measurements for the head machine as if it fits all snug because they got his head right. I assume you just get one of those and then just kind of, it's not really doing anything.
Yeah, like, oh no, the person we got has an unreasonably large head. Oh
Yeah.
no.
Make two of them and then just take it out when you kind of get a look at him or whatever.
We do not have the money for that. We can only
Yeah.
use one.
Instead, they send her in to take, and she says that. She's like, I've got his head measurements to herself.
And the way
Holding
she takes her hands and
Yep.
puts like the palms to his temples
Mhm.
and it's like, like real quick. And like, if a person bumped into me and then did that, I'd be like, what the fuck? Like, that's not how you reassure someone after you bump into them. Just like lightly press against their temples.
Yeah. I mean, that's how.
But you are forgetting that everyone is eating the honey cake all the time.
Mhm.
The
Oh,
awesome cake.
shit.
So contact with another person, especially an attractive young woman like Isa Fisher, he is like, oh, it is Etienne's day.
Yeah.
How did anyone get anything done in your version of A? You made a version of the Matrix where there was like magic all the time, so it was probably very distracting. And B, everyone just wanted to fuck all the time.
That's
Mhm.
right.
I mean, we didn't.
It was
Yeah, we don't see what other people are doing in the movie. You know, like
Yeah.
they're probably just all fucking off screen, not getting anything done.
That is why nobody catches that Mark Ruffalo is working with the Steves, because everyone else in the FBI is just doing it daily, nightly, and ever so rightly.
Damn right.
You see, again, everything makes sense when you have understood the true setting of the movie.
That's right.
Real Sodom and Gomorrah situation. Oh man.
Well, it's Club. What was it? Club Hell, or what's the name of your club in those movies? It's a really fun little name. I can't remember.
Yeah.
It might as well be Club
It's
Hell.
so long.
Yeah.
Then I was a homeless man yelling about our movies these days are shit. You know, it has been,
Mhm.
I've had an eventful time lately.
Right.
Club Hell with one L. So
Yeah.
it's good.
Different. So you can't get sued by the devil.
Yeah. You're French,
only-
so yeah.
Yeah.
I think I have been here long enough to make up for my long absence from the podcast.
Yeah. I just have one other question. Are you gonna? Can we expect any Frenchness in the next movie, or any Merovingian likeness in Now You See Me: Now You Don't? Because it's coming soon. I'm really excited, but yeah, I want to get my hopes up.
Is secrets.
Oh man,
that is true.
I'm concerned because I worry that the next one won't have any French people, and that's going to be a blow to, you know.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any French people on the list. Maybe some of these lower people are.
Despite how this movie ends, Melanie Laurent never showed up again.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that a bummer? Oh, this might be a French person. We'll see. I think we may have one French, but definitely the main four, because there's a new crew. The new crew is people we already recognize. Like we know them. Yeah. None of them are French, unless they've been hiding it this whole time. Like, you know, like Justin the guys Smith. In the. I was gonna say, yeah, like in the Prestige, we think he's American, but he is not. Well, thank you so much, Merovingian. I'm sure there's lots of people.
Great having you.
That need your work, you know, your skills, elsewhere. And thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, of course. Until next time.
Yeah. Bye. Wow.
So great to hear from the Merovingian.
Wow.
That
You
was
guys believe the Merovingian was here?
It makes sense, yeah, because even beyond all of the rest of the stuff and all of the magic tricks, everybody in this movie also dresses like they're in the Matrix. They all have black and trench coats and shit. Like, nobody wears regular clothes. They all wear Matrix clothes. So, it fits right in.
All right, but I think it is time to spin the wheel now again.
Sounds
So
good.
I'm just gonna, woo, tick, 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 thunk. Oh, it landed on one of mine. This one here just says, the bad guys win. Guys, Mark Ruffalo and the Four Horsemen in this movie are bad.
Are they bad? Yeah, I don't know. Like, okay, so I mean, I think we have to isolate the Four Horsemen and Mark Ruffalo, and have them in two separate bins, right?
Well, okay, the Four Horsemen are simply amoral.
Okay,
and annoying.
Sure.
And annoying. They are only doing all of this because they want to get into the Secret Magician Club. Everything else about this is a performance. They don't care about the insurance victims. They don't care about... They don't even know about the revenge aspect, so they definitely don't care about that.
They don't care about getting Mark Ruffalo laid, even though that is also a big part of the plan.
Absolutely. They just want to join their cool magician club, and they don't care how many lives they endanger to do so. Like that fake car crash alone could definitely have killed someone.
Oh
yeah,
easily.
But Mark Ruffalo has spent his entire life, according to him, building a fake persona, planning this whole thing, like becoming a skilled enough magician to join the Secret Magicians Club while never performing actively as a magician. Which is, when you think about it, like, how did that even happen? In order to get revenge on a bunch of people who couldn't be less to blame for his dad's death.
Explain yourself, sir. Which people are less to blame?
So, okay. So what happened was Morgan Freeman showed how some of Lionel Strike's tricks worked. And so a year later, in order to get popular again, because everyone knows once you know how a trick works, no one wants to see that magician anymore.
That's right.
It's definitely not, absolutely not the case. And people just think seeing tricks is cool.
On our non-horny world, yeah, for sure. But in a horny world, that's it.
I guess so. He tried to do a trick where he locked himself in a safe, dumped the safe in the Hudson. He was going to escape, but he didn't. He drowned.
Not good.
Morgan Freeman revealing how he did a trick does not remotely force him to do an incredibly dangerous thing he doesn't know how to do.
I don't know. But what about the other one?
So then the other one, or there's a couple other ones. So Arthur Tressler was part of the revenge plot because he ran the insurance company that had a life insurance policy on Lionel. And they refused to pay it out after this happened. And if you do something suicidally stupid, you don't get your life insurance policy. That's in the contract.
He was a magician.
Yeah, I feel like magicians have a different life insurance policy than normals, you know?
Yeah, right? It's probably high premiums, but, you know.
Yeah.
Should they have one?
I mean, maybe. I'm just saying it is extremely normal that if you do something incredibly stupid and, get yourself killed, that your life insurance policy doesn't pay out. It's the same, for the same reason that, if you kill yourself, you don't get paid out on insurance policy.
Well, yeah, you know. It's like if you die in a skydiving accident, would you not get paid out?
It would depend how safe it was.
Oh, okay.
If it was a reputable company that does it and there was a freak accident or whatever, then yes, you would.
But if I just jump out of a plane, less coverage. Sure. Okay.
And then the other revenge is the money they steal at the end is from a company that used to make safes.
Right. Yeah.
And the safe was made with substandard steel that warped when immersed in the Hudson River.
Well, it got warm on the bottom or something.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't that?
Whatever the case may be, they don't design safes to do that.
Mm.
They didn't tell you to use it for this.
Well, it was a magician safe. I need a good magician safe.
Safes are not designed to be dumped into because this was like 30 years ago, a full of toxic chemicals river.
Yeah.
And then opened from the inside. It's not a case where it's like, I bought this and it didn't work the way it was supposed to. It's a case where you bought a thing, tried to use it in a way it was never designed to be used, and then got mad when it didn't work.
But they did use substandard steel.
They did. Well, also, does he... Wait a second. Do they find his body, right? Or no?
No, they never found the body.
Right.
Maybe he's alive.
I don't think he shows up in the next one. The life insurance thing, that would make it really hard to pay out. You'd be like, well, of course he's somewhere. This is some sort of bullshit. Like, he's not even dead. Like, it did a magician thing. That's exactly what this is. But
so I get to the end of this movie and I'm like, Mark Ruffalo has spent his entire life working out his like anger and sadness that his father died on a bunch of people who were tangentially involved, but really not their fault.
Mm-hmm.
And he ruins Morgan Freeman's life. He gets him sent to jail.
Yeah. For what, by the way? What does he get sent to? Also, a jail that's like not a jail, like just a warehouse with bars.
Mm-hmm.
Like
it's a jail cell from an Old West movie.
Yeah.
That he's in alone. No one else is in this building. And that's where Morgan Freeman sent. What crime?
And like, there's no jail guards around. Like, it seems like he's just in the hole forever.
Yeah, like, this is kidnapping. This is not an arrest. It's a kidnapping.
What seems to have happened is that the police found the money comically bursting out of his car, stuffed it in such a way that he obviously couldn't even use it. And we're like, well, we wrapped it up, boys. He was the Four Horsemen's accomplice. Charge him for all the crimes that they did. And like, that's it.
Sounds good.
Yeah. That's what happened.
It's pretty cool.
By the way, that's another magic thing that we forget to mention is Mark Ruffalo just escapes from the cell because he's magic.
Yeah.
Just slips through those bars somehow. But yeah,
he
ruins Morgan Freeman's life for no reason.
Well, revenge for his dad, because if he didn't do what he did, his dad would be alive, I guess.
Well, and Morgan Freeman...
I dispute that. Because if Mark Ruffalo's dad had such monumentally poor judgment that he was going to try this trick that he didn't know how to do that could result in him being killed, he probably would have done something like this eventually.
That's true. But on the other hand, Morgan Freeman stole the tricks from the magicians, which is high crime. Like he's being betrayed.
Crime of all.
Yeah, so he's not a good man.
Also, we are led to believe that in this universe that Morgan Freeman is making a killing selling his like trick
$5 million or something, or 5 million DVDs sold, I think is what it is.
So
it's way more dollars
over a career spanning like 30 to 40 years, I guess is believable.
Well, I think that's true, but also I think the way he says it is like, you know how much a magician makes in his first couple of years or whatever, this many, and then how many DVDs I sold in that time, that 5 million. So I think he's a way bigger star, but also like, he's a guy people are apparently recognizing like on the street as like that guy who, and that's why the Masked Magician was a masked magician, is because you wouldn't want to be able to recognize him. I assume all the magicians would do this to him if they could get their hands on him, but
frame him for crimes and get him sent to prison for 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
That's the other thing. So Diggins, with the Penn and Teller thing, they never reveal the trick. They, in the show, like do little like code to be like, oh, when you put the pancake on the top hat, I saw that, but like it's all code words. Like they never say you did this way. They just say, hey, we know how you did it, and then they do like funny language, so they're not revealing to the audience how it was done.
You know, that's like terms you could learn, right, DJ?
Okay,
well, I can't imagine how
it's not the like
secret magic terms.
The masked magician did the high crimes, right? He fully revealed like big ass tricks. Like his was the high crimes. I love that show. I love that show.
But also, like, none of their crimes could be like, what could the masked magician in this universe even say? It's like,
yeah.
Oh, you wouldn't believe it, but that Atlas guy did a very simple card trick anyone could Google and then paid a guy money to put it on the building. Like, or that other girl has some sort of fucking magic, like, dunk tank situation that has a tube that gets her out to the back, and the
bubble one, he puts his hands up. Guys, they got it. I don't fucking know how they did it.
These guys
like
are actually
nano machines. I don't really
like that shit's crazy. I'm surprised she's not dead yet. Like, holy fuck.
Well, I think all of the rest of them, like when you get to those, you just be like, I'm pretty sure the bald one hypnotized all of you, because that's what he does all the time, and that would explain why you thought that happened.
He can make a man fall asleep just by looking at him.
Not exactly. As long as they're not mental giants, then he could do it. But
one stupid thing. Oh my god! So a mentalist thing I think during the New Orleans show is they get a bunch of people that's like, all right, your job is to protect the quarterback. We're the quarterback, and if you hear someone say freeze, you got to protect us. And Mark Ruffalo is watching that show, so if you're him and you're not, that could have been a flashback to like, oh, he was like helpful or whatever.
Oh yeah, no, he's really. I mean, if it didn't turn out later that he was secretly the mastermind the whole time, then that was a monumentally stupid moment from him.
Yeah, you caught like, okay, don't say freeze, but he's a knuckle dragging ape, so that's it.
I love in the explanation for like, this is how they stole the money. They stole it from the armored car, not from the bank. And I know what you're thinking. It's incredibly hard to get into an armored car, right? Not if you're already in it. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? They had to get in it to do that.
What we see them do, I think, is they sneak into the pallet of money or something. They have like a secret compartment in the money delivery that the two of them, the boy and the girl, are hiding in. And then not the high five. There's the high five team and the not high five team. The not high five team is hiding in the thing, with like, I don't know, like drugs to stab them so they go to
the
sleep
foot or whatever.
Yeah,
but if they had access to the pallet to make that, why didn't they just swap the money while they had the pallet?
I don't know. I can't. That doesn't really make sense either. But I'm trying to watch the scene again just to like figure it out, but how does that happen?
They have Dark Knight Joker level like access to things that like, how did they get access to that?
Yeah, I think the Joker in the Dark Knight makes more sense than these.
Oh, I agree. No, these guys again. Well, they were in the Matrix, so at least we can.
Thank God the Merovingian told us that, or else this wouldn't make any sense at all.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, wait, they can't be under the pallet because we see what's under the pallet and it's not them. So it seems like they're in a secret compartment that's part of the truck. That is just like a little.
They don't just leave those hanging open in the warehouse or whatever. For this reason specifically, they're under guard all the time.
Well, Diggins, and I don't want to say it a 50th time, the people that run these trucks aren't exactly mental giants, Sometimes they do just leave the doors open. Regardless of what the armored truck companies would like you to believe.
What a sideswipe of armored truck drivers. Yeah, I hope they all watch this. Hey!
Yeah, if I was like a bank security guy or worked for an armored truck company, which actually my great uncle did.
Oh, so sorry.
Yeah, no mental giant.
No mental giant, but yeah.
Well, actually...
oh no!
But yeah, I would watch that and I'm like, what the hell?
I know, and
why
like
are we
watching
catching strays here.
Watching this back and forth again, like it makes so little sense, because the thing that the two of them bust out of is so big and so much of a thing, because it is like a fake palette that at multiple points in the movie you can see through and they're not in. And I guess the way they would explain it is mirrors or holograms or something, that like it just doesn't even hold up a little bit. Also, they don't need to be in there because we can just hypnotize anybody that looks at us. So you figure they would open the door because, hey, why'd they stop? And then he'd open, get out, and then boom, hypnotized. Or he just hypnotizes them over the radio because he can hypnotize anybody. And yeah, this is easily the most amazing bit in the movie. And like, or not amazing, but like as dumb as the bubbles are, that's like bubbles, whatever. This, they kind of make the case that Woody Harrelson's character, who is like a pretty good mentalist and also hypnotist, which aren't the same thing, but like in this universe they are, can look at you for a second and like stare into your eyes, and then you just fall asleep.
Like he's like the snake from the Jungle Book.
Yes, like, and it works, and the guy just falls asleep and falls asleep and forgets this happened too, because none of the people that are involved in this know. I mean, the guys who get fucking stabbed with the syringe, I feel like probably, something's up, What
was the problem?
They got really sick the next couple of days, and like, now they figure out what's wrong. Yeah. It's so, oh man. Yeah. That explanation for this is so dumb. And it's the most consistent explanation any of these get. Cause like all the rest of them are just holograms and like whatever, but, and like that they're real magic.
But anyway, I think it's time to spin this wheel one more time.
One more time.
So I'm just gonna take it and whoa, tick, 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 thunk. Oh, Nando, the last knife is on one of yours.
Yeah, so this is just the part of the movie that's amazing, and I don't think anybody can argue with it being sick and sweet. Dave Franco apartment fight. I don't even have a fun name for this, but it's amazing.
And it's so good.
The movie. This is the only scene. By the way, this movie is directed by a director named Louis Leterrier, very French. Now that I put that together, I believe currently kind of in the doghouse for some sort of cancellation or something like that. But an action director. Like he directed, he directed Incredible Hulk, so there's that. But also, I'm pretty sure he directed the original like District B13, like What If Parkour Was Cool and Sick movie. Like he's that kind of guy. Transporter, the Transporter. I was
about to say he did the first two Transporters.
Maybe he didn't do it, but he did stuff like that. And like, so coming into this, you're like, well, how are those skills going to translate at all into this? And it's like, well, there's a fight in the middle of it. Well, it's closer to the end where Dave Franco is at the house, like the safe house in New York, and Mark Ruffalo and then Stamper go in to get him, and Dave Franco goes through all of the tricks of magicians to make this fight last kind of for a little while, and it's pretty awesome. I just want to go through some of them. The big one, first of all, like we were saying, he traps Harry Stamper in the garbage disposal, and like it's gonna eat his jacket, which like garbage disposals are good. I buy that. But I also feel like you could get out of this, right?
Oh, like, yeah.
It would, if it's getting your jacket, it's ripping your jacket off. Like it's ripping it. Yeah. So it would.
It's not like a vacuum. We're just sucking. Yeah.
But he's caught. Or so whatever.
Take the jacket off also.
So like.
Oh, his arms are stuck. Is it behind?
Yeah. It's. He did the thing with this fight too, much like the rest of the movie, is just the editing kind of goes like, they did it though. Because like you see him flip him around a bunch, and you're like, oh shit, his hands are locked in that jacket. But there's no real explanation for like what that is. Also, he gets hit in the nuts with the gun for no reason. But I think it, Dave Franco just thinks it's fun. So anyway, Dave Franco first of all does voice manipulation to trick the other cops.
He does some chameleon shit.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Oh my god, I missed that movie. Should watch that again. But then he starts using, because they are in like the warehouse of magicians or magician stuff. So first he uses the fire paper and throws it at him like fire. And Mark Ruffalo is kind of like, oh, this is weird, but kind of bats it away the way you'd expect. They tussle a bit. He gets a fireplace poker, which Dave Franco just makes disappear. There's no like, there's no resolution to that. He's just like, now you can't use it. He dives into a big curtain, and then tries to get Dave Franco, but Dave Franco has disappeared from the curtain. And then in something I had to watch back like 3 or 4 times because I really couldn't figure out what was supposed to have happened. Mark Ruffalo takes a crate on wheels and wheels it. And it's like a big heavy crate, wheels it at who he assumes is Dave Franco. But we find out that he actually wielded at a stationary, like, body length mirror that cracks, and then Dave Franco's actually behind him. But like, did he think Dave Franco was in that mirror? Like, it really doesn't make sense. Then
this movie thinks mirrors are literally magic.
It really is. Yeah.
Yeah.
This one, yeah, that part is pretty bizarre. But then in the moment that is pretty cool when Dave Franco's like, I get to pick an object to fight with, either that stick that I made disappear or some cards. He picks up the cards, and then flings them at him like Gambit. And it's pretty sick. And even like does like little, and I like Mark Ruffalo's, even though Dave Franco's already done like 50 magic tricks at him. When he picks up the cards, he's still like, fucking hell, Jesus Christ with these nerds. And, yeah, I don't know. I thought the scene ruled. And yeah, this is also the scene where it is revealed that the other guys accidentally or like faked the killing using their mustache technology. And if people haven't seen the mustache that Jesse Eisenberg uses, it really looks like I don't even know how to describe it. Like,
he looks like he is pretending to be an Italian stereotype.
Yeah.
Like in an SNL with a felt mustache.
Yeah, that's actually what it is. It does feel like an SNL costume. And also like as if anybody could see him. Like if you could get a look at this guy on a camera, it's clear it's Jesse Eisenberg with a mustache on. But also he's moving at such speed you'd never be able to catch him. So it doesn't matter what his face looks like in this moment. But yeah, it's just a really funny detail. They didn't need to show what they looked like. We really haven't gotten into this at all, and it's not that important. Woody Harrelson doesn't fit into this group, right? Like he's like got a good 20 years on him, and it's weird that he's there.
Yeah, and he like awkwardly hits on Fisher constantly.
Yeah,
and it's like weird. But when he's not hitting on her, he's like, "You want to have sex with Jesse Eisenberg," and that's even weirder.
Yeah, that part sucks. But yeah, anyway, that's all I got for that wheel slice, which means that's the end of the wheel. So let's real quick burn through the holy questions. The first one, what is
you
that?
defeat it, Nando?
Isn't there one before that?
Well, there was the Hutch one, but this is another.
Oh right, no. Oh right, Hutch is out. Yeah.
Could I defeat it? Over.
Well, I guess is defeat it being catch them? The answer is no. Is defeat it being magic. Not get caught? The answer is yes. If I'm part of their team because I'm magic. Like and also, that's it. So
and also the main guy trying to catch you, it turns out was on your side the whole time.
Yep.
Yeah, it's super easy.
Really helps.
So depending on what
even
part
when you
of the
get
movie,
arrested and they could definitely hold you and like charge you with the crime, he just lets you go because he's in on it.
And that's great. All big heist movies should also end with like, by the way, the main guy who we were stealing from was also doing it. That would be pretty cool. Like just a good thing to know. But yeah, so I don't know if I'm sure I could do it. I think Joey could also do it. Because so much of magic is charm. He's got this in the bag.
True.
Now, hold on. I do have one counterpoint.
Okay.
All right.
I think it would be very in keeping with Joey's character if he tripped and fell through a mirror at a crucial moment.
Ooh.
Also, like, could Joey's character understand the magic tricks? Like, if you explained them to him, he would think they're magic, right?
Joey would think it's actual magic, yeah.
Which is what it is. So,
you see, the thing is, I don't think Joey would be on the team. I think he would be one of the guys that they mentalist to like be a volunteer, and like he would be the French guy in the first one.
He's the Frenchman.
Yeah, that's true. And he'd be great at that.
Yeah.
Like, so.
He'd look so amazed.
I mean, yeah, he would look really, and I bet, has Joey ever seen magic in the shows? He hasn't done that, right? Like gone to a magic show or anything?
I don't know off the top of my head. I mean, definitely not in Joey.
Yeah.
'Cause, you know,
so
some of us have watched every episode so far.
Yeah, it's good for those people who have.
that's true. Well, I hope he gets some time too. I feel like Joey would be a great mark for some of this stuff. And then the last question, is this movie woke?
No.
I mean, they're like robbing, like, a rich guy, giving to the poor.
That's true. They do imply that like not giving people insurance money is bad.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's true.
And it's Katrina, so they're probably largely black, group of people, so that also helps.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they're the biggest creeps. Like, all of them are just super creepy and weird to each other.
Yeah. Ooh, this is a tough one.
Is it, though? It just doesn't feel woke.
Where do magicians usually fall? Like, I feel like Penn and Teller are famously very libertarian, right? So, like, or at least Penn.
I think, didn't Penn recently be like, I can't believe it. All this time, I thought my fellow libertarians were principled men, but actually, they just love being racist. I feel bad about all this now.
Well, I'm glad you figured it out.
Yeah, it took you a long time, Penn, but I'm glad you got there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, anti-maskers apparently pushed him away from the party. I'm looking at this now on Libertarian Uncensored subreddit, but he renounced libertarians. But I don't know. So then I don't know where he is now. I doubt he's Republican because a lot of his beliefs, I feel like it wouldn't work with them.
He strikes me as like one of those people who it turns out actually had like principles about like government not interfering and stuff. And like, I think he's wrong about a lot of it, but like he actually believes it. So then when it became, dictatorship forever, he was like, I don't like this.
Yeah. I don't want that forever. Yeah. Bummer. But yeah. So I don't know what to do with them or what to do with this movie as far as wokeness is concerned. There is one girl who will be replaced in the next. I don't know if you guys know this, but Ela Fisher is the only member of the original cast that does not return for 2.
Really? That's so funny.
I'm not sure why either. It might be just that she didn't want it, but she gets replaced with Lizzie Kaplan. And not like directly replaced. Like she is a different character. I don't know if she comes back in the new one, but then
I think she is. Yeah. I think she's on the cast.
Oh, nice. Hell yeah. Wait, which one? Lizzie Kaplan?
Isn't.
Oh, bummer. I was kind of hoping both of them would be in it. But
so more than one woman.
That's true. Do you guys know who's the main like kind of new player in the next movie?
I don't.
Justice Smith?
No. That's in the third one. In Now You See Me 2, who's the and I believe this. It's can I tell you? I mean, you'll figure it out when you start watching the movie. Or would you like to have it be a secret?
I mean, just tell me. I'm gonna find out before I start watching it anyway.
Daniel Radcliffe comes into these. This is one of the movies he's in as a magician in Vegas who like has to use this kind of like as the Andy Garcia of these in Ocean's 13, where he's like, you guys work for me. So that's kind of fun. I remember liking him in it. But yeah, I'm going to say not woke, not anti-woke. Just pretty, even though.
Middle of the road.
Yeah. Like, and that's fine. We'll see if they change as they go. Maybe they'll evolve with the times. I mean, I definitely think the one thing, the Teesler Tuesday, that's probably not super woke. But is what it is.
Oh yeah. Saying the Teesler definitely.
There we go.
Definitely gets you a lot of cred with the non-wokes.
With the specific side. Yeah.
Woody Harrelson in this movie could go on stage at the Comedy Starship or whatever the hell.
With that, the mothership or whatever. Yeah. Mm-hmm. He could kill Tony. He'd be very good on Kill Tony. I mean, he couldn't. They are mental giants, so he couldn't hypnotize them. But just with his words and like his
if you want to try to trick Joe Rogan and take advantage of him, I say good luck.
Yeah.
He's not one of the easiest to trick men who's ever lived. Certainly not.
Oh my god.
Yeah. All right. Well, you guys want to get to our classic segment?
Love to.
I would love that.
Let's do it. DJ, do you have anything to recommend to the fine people?
I got two things to recommend to the fine people. All right. So the first, quick one, 2-player card game. Not like a trading card game, just like a to the box you play it. It's called Radlands. It's like post-apocalyptic style, like kind of like Borderlands-y PvP game where you're trying to
Borderlands the movie?
Exactly like it. You're trying to defend your camps from the other raiders. And it's like quick, fun, just kind of like draw and play, different resources, very basic. But it's fun. It's only like 20-30 minutes. And yeah, it's simple, pared down, a lot of back and forth stuff. I played it over the weekend and had a lot of fun with it. So that's just kind of low hanging fruit one. And then the other one, I might be stealing a rec from Nando.
I got plenty. Go for it.
Okay, I've been playing Dispatch and I fucking love it. It's a game from Ad Hoc Studios, who had some of the Telltale people, did like Walking Dead, Wolf Among Us, Tales from the Borderlands. So
Borderlands, ooh, the movie? Yeah, from 2025.
Everything's Borderlands. And so it's a narrative based game where you're like making the choices, but it's actually not, I think, the most interesting part of this game. There's so the idea is like you're a dispatcher dispatching superheroes to like different like sites, because you're getting like calls from, you know, like 911 but superheroes. And it'll be like,
be like a business where you call them and you're like, my garbage disposal is all stuffed up, or you're like, the house is on fire, one or the other.
Kind of boys, but like maybe different. Definitely tonally there. But like without getting into that kind of weedy stuff, I think what's awesome about the game is that the animation style is so nice and crisp. The story is good. It's like a really good baked in story. And it's not that your choices so far, because they're releasing them episodically, so I've only played episodes 1 and 2. Hopefully this doesn't age poorly.
When does 3 and 4 come out? Is it like Wednesday?
The 29th.
Nice.
At like noon.
That's
I think.
fast.
Noon Eastern. Well, it's 2
1 a week or 2 a week. Yeah.
So for a month. So, like the game's probably all done, right? They just decided to do it like this. But like what I like about the choices is early, it really like shapes your character, because it's like a little open, like how the character is, where you get to play with the space a little bit, which I like. And then I think the actual gameplay elements are fun. So there's like baking a lot into the game, which is great. Like my biggest complaint right now is is it like more of it? Like I really love the first 2 episodes. It looks like each episode clocks like an hour, so maybe it's like a 10-ish hour game. Which like for $30 might be rough, but I wanted to play this so badly. I don't care. Hopefully it like comes down over time. But the end of episode 2 has such a needle drop that's so fucking good that I love. And it's actually,
I already forgot what it is.
It's, I don't want to say what it is.
Tell me off mic. Yeah.
But the song is by one of the, voice actors who voices one of the superheroes. She voices.
The Dazzler one.
Yes.
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see what
so
you I know what you're talking about.
Wow. Taylor Swift is in that game?
She's so good.
But
I love it. You know, I'm recommending it possibly prematurely because I've only played a quarter of the game, but I've loved this quarter so far. I think it's so good. So yeah, Dispatch it's on all of the systems. So please play it if you have something. So those are my 2 recs. Diggins, what about your recommendations?
I saw a couple movies this past week that I want to rec. First of all, I saw a movie that I drafted in the fantasy league. And has started earning me some sweet points.
Nice.
I watched It Was Just an Accident. Movie by Jafar Panahi, who is an Iranian director who gets in trouble with the government because they don't want him to make the movies he makes, and he does it anyway.
Yeah, I wish like that was ever like, it's always like because the movie is political and like says mean things about them. It's not like because the movie sucks. It'd be kind of funny if there was like a government that was just like, listen, we just can't, Michael Bay. There's too many. We gotta cool it.
I wish we
wouldn't
do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't agree with that they should do that, but I'd be curious to see what that country would look like, how that would play out.
But no, it is definitely for political reasons. his latest movie. So this one is about, here's what I'm going to say. If you are interested in seeing this movie just on that information I've already given you, then like skip forward when I say this, because I feel like not knowing anything about it going in is like cool. It's not necessary, but it's cool. But if you're not sold on it, you want to hear what it's about, then here I go. So it's about this, it's set in Iran, of course, and it's about this guy who just, he works in like a garage, and a family comes in because their car broke down. And by listening to the sound of his prosthetic leg, he becomes certain that this was a man who tortured him years ago, like as part of the secret police.
That's cool.
For political crimes.
Not cool if they did that, but a cool way to tell.
Mm-hmm. And so he kidnaps this guy and is going to kill him. But then the guy like is like, that's not me. No, I don't know what you're talking about. Look at my scars. I don't like that. You're mixing me up with someone else. And so he like goes on this odyssey across the city, trying to find other people this guy tortured so that they can figure out if it's him or not.
That's fucking crazy.
And
Jesus.
Like a lot of Jafar Panahi movies, like that sounds intense, and it is intense in many moments. The movie's really funny. Like this guy's not like, you know, a mastermind committing the perfect crime. He's kind of just did something impulsively and now sort of has to decide what to do. And so there's just a lot of like comedy that comes from that sort of tension between like not really knowing what to do and like not really being like a brilliant mastermind. But also it's like a really powerful movie about sort of about like the idea of vengeance, and also sort of the moral quandaries inherent to trying to resist an oppressive regime. And like the end is like really, really powerful. Like, so I loved it. I thought it was a fantastic movie. I'm really glad I drafted it. It's got a like limited release because, you know, not a lot of people want to see the Iranian dissident movie, even though they should, because it's great. But if you can check it out in theaters, then you should. Way on the other side of the spectrum, I also watched Chainsaw Man, the movie Reze Arc. An incredibly unwieldy title, which is basically just a film adaptation of the next arc of Chainsaw Man after the end of the anime. Did you read the Reze Arc, Nando?
I did not get that far, no.
Okay. Then I don't want to say too much about it. But essentially, Denji meets a cute girl and is like, oh no, this is a cute girl, but I love Makima because she's the only she's the first person who was ever nice to me.
Get that.
Well, they have a problem.
Like Chainsaw Man, if you've never, a DJ who's never read or watched it, is about a guy who's like deeply emotionally stunted, and so like craves human connection and like contact and all that, but because he's an emotionally stunted teenager who's never known like warmth or love, he interprets that all through being a sex crazed anime protagonist.
Just wants to get those boobies, you know?
He wants to get those boobies. That's
all you need.
And he's also the dumbest motherfucker who's ever lived.
Yeah.
And that's why Chainsaw Man's great. But yeah, so it's sort of, that's sort of like the impetus behind it. I don't want to say too much more because I think it would count as spoilers, but it's really good. I mean, it's like beautifully animated, first of all, just gorgeous to look at. The soundtrack's great. And I think if you liked that first season of Chainsaw Man and like you liked the sort of mode it was operating on in terms of like the things I was saying about what it was saying about like connection and intimacy and like where the typical sort of anime sex crazed protagonist impulse sort of comes from, really, then I think you'll like this one. It's more of that. So yeah, those are my two recs. What about you, Nando? Anything to rec?
Yeah, I mean, I'll second Dispatch because I've played. I feel like I watched just the way to describe it, but I've played the first two like DJ has. I will say I love the Dispatch gameplay. I could do without the hacking. All these
you
games
turn it off in the settings.
Oh, really? Just don't have to hack at all? Okay, I'm going to do that.
I don't know. In the settings, there is something where it's like you could turn off the hacking minigame, I'm pretty sure.
So. Nice, because it's stupid. I get it. You got to put stuff in there. But like the actual dispatching as a game, I think is fun. I'm curious to see how much the actual choices play into what's happening. Like I do want to start making some members of my team like me more than others and like kind of have like because I feel like I have favorites and ones that I think and ones that I'm just like not into as a character. So I'm curious to see how much you can actually change, because that's always been my thing with Telltale games is they're like, we make the choices and then it's just like, oh, that guy will remember that you didn't want to kill him, but then that's it. But I mean the writing of it's great, the voice acting's great. I feel like I've not watched any of that Critical Role stuff. Like I didn't watch what's the one, what's their show they have, their cartoon,
Vox
I'm talking about Yes, Vox Machina. I don't watch that. I've been told this is a lot like that, but the superhero, it's got a very like invincibly quality to it, I would say, more than anything else. But it's also pretty funny, and like and the characters are good, and they all map to very specific X-Men, so you can just kind of pretend it's that X-Men game we're never ever gonna get. So far really into it. DJ, do you have a favorite character, like hero in your little hero stable, or whatever you would call them, Z-lister?
I like the one who's just the fucking tiefling from Baldur's Gate.
I was good. Yeah, the Karlach magic.
Yeah, Karlach. Like, yeah. Yes, she's that's exactly what I said. When I'm like, with sword, teleports, she's Karlach, but she's magic.
Part demon. Yeah. I mean, she's mostly just magic, but she looked like Karlach and was like Australian is what that character was.
Yeah, something like that. So I like her.
I'm into that one. I'm a big fan of the. I'm curious. Like, I feel like the one that's Angel is going to be a big player in my team for a while. Like, she's very good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that game's great. Other game that's great this week, and one that I thought would be a bigger deal for the world, and maybe it will be once the world figures out about it. But this week, a new Katamari game came out. This one is called Once Upon a Katamari. I fucking love the Katamari games. They're not my favorite game ever made, but they might be. Like, I think you can make a case that they're just so much fun. This new one has you traveling through different times. So you're in like caveman times. That's how because it's hard to like, in the first one, you roll up the whole world or whatever. And it's like, all right, well, what's the next level going to be, or next game? This one's just very challenges, like a lot of very specific challenges, specific to the locales. And just, it's fun to do, a level in a Colosseum, like in ancient Rome, and then one on a pirate ship and stuff. Like those things are fun. I like it a lot, and it's very, very good. If you've ever enjoyed those games, I think this is a very good version of them. A lot of cousins to get. Let's see what else. Have I recommended? I feel like I keep forgetting to recommend this, or maybe I don't. But have I recommended Box Peak yet?
I don't think so.
What's it called?
Are either of you guys aware of Box Peak?
I'm not.
It's hard to explain. I don't really know what it is in terms of like who the people are that make it, because it's not my thing. But it's a YouTuber reviewer person who does game stuff, I think, who made in 10-minute long episodes. They're all on YouTube. This came out in 2018, so it was a while ago. His name is Kyle Bozeman. So maybe that name. This is like game trailers, maybe, and well, I don't know. But anyway, he made this, and it's a YouTube, like you find it on YouTube. It's a kind of, it's a very, very explicit parody of like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh in those shows where a guy comes in to play a game and he's the greatest it ever was or whatever. Box Peek is the game where the game is about peeking into another player's box, and it's this really stupid like kind of conceit for a game. It's so funny. You can watch it in one sitting. I watch it in a couple scenes. I like to split this stuff apart, but I would watch it. I think you guys would both like it, but I think most people like the show would like it. Yeah, super
Most
funny.
people with bad taste, you mean?
Yeah, exactly. People who like to get punished by watching the show. Yeah, and if you're like us who like grew up around the Pokemon Yu-Gi-Oh time, like it's a lot of it feels very familiar. And then last thing, I watched the House of Dynamite movie, which I did draft on my team as well. So I liked it. I understand what people don't like about it, but I think the things that it does well, it does really well. And I think it's cool and fucked. We're fucked basically. Although none of this works with Trump. Like that's the weird thing about it is like Idris Elba is the president is so clearly an Obama stand-in with the way that he kind of acts and is, besides just being a black man in America. Because I was like, oh, is he going to play like the prime minister? But he's not British. He's never British in these. Nobody has a real accent. Well, not nobody, but Rebecca Ferguson also fighting through an accent. I love it. But so like this, it's this whole thing of like what will people in power do and how would they make decisions about a potential nuclear strike and back and forth and stuff. And I'm like, this is really scary. But the current situation is scary too, but for completely different reasons. Like none of this feels pressure.
Much more like Doctor Strangelove. This situation.
Very, very much. Like that. And but I think the movie's very cool and affecting. And for people that didn't like it, I get it. But yeah, so I would say those are my recs. Next week, I don't think there's like a movie. So are we just gonna do Now You See Me Too?
I think so.
If it's not a movie, then I would say yes.
There are some movies coming out soon, but I think we've got a little time. So I think we do this, then we do Now You See Me 3 when it comes out, and then
unless we want to do the Springsteen movie.
Oh, Delivery from Nowhere or whatever.
Dying.
Yeah. And it's tough because like I feel like we're getting the Oscar movies, so those are never fun. I mean, there's the Predator movie. Is that next week? So get you guys
Radlands.
It's in 2 weeks.
It's in 2 weeks? Okay. Oh, so there is a week before, like there will be a week between now and when we do Now You See Me 3.
Which would be Badlands. It would be Now You See Me and then Badlands and then Now You Don't.
That works.
All right,
then,
fair enough.
Yeah, cool. Then do you guys want to recommend some things to some fine people? Or plug them?
I was going to say, we
plug
already
them.
did that, but we can plug things.
I did a good job. DJ, do you want to plug some things? What do you got? And listen, DJ, I can't wait to hear you plug the things. I'm just very excited for DJ to plug them. Diggins, are you excited for DJ to plug them?
I couldn't be more excited. I am on tenterhooks.
I'll know what it looks like. I can kind of in my head imagine what it's going to look like, but I just can't even imagine what it's going to sound like. That part is going to be groundbreaking.
It'll be an audio feast.
A feast for the ears and kind of for the thumbs, and like not thumbs, but the same way that you can kind of feel things through vibrations and stuff, like drums. But yeah,
like the pleasing bass vibrato of DJ's voice just vibrating through our bodies.
I can't wait for it.
Yes. I hope you love these audio feasts that are going to come straight to your ears.
Oh, this is delicious. Yeah, more. Give us more.
Check out Roses of Rejections on the Pop Break Podcast Network. Your podcast. Yeah, covering the Love Is Blind finale, which that episode is out, and then probably into your feed the week of the 3rd will be the reunion recap, and kind of like not our end of year pod, but like our last pod of the year. Like I doubt we'll do like a recap because like with Michelle being so close to giving birth, it's just going to be like out, and then so I mean I'll talk about it, but then it'll be me and special guest TBD in the new year covering the new Bachelorette season.
Oh, the Bachelor,
so,
right?
Yeah,
we're
gonna the Mormon. So
you're getting a new wife to be on the podcast with you.
I've had various wives in podcast form. Okay,
that's true.
It's like Mormons, so
like like Mormons.
Fitting, I guess. Diggins.
Do you think if he had been able to do a podcast, he wouldn't have started that religion? You know,
my God, maybe
Joseph Smith or whatever, just sitting home, like talking to people about.
I think there's a lot of religions that wouldn't have gotten started if podcasts existed.
I think so too.
But then we never would.
We probably would have started one were it not for this. So,
oh yeah,
ChatGPT keeps telling me to.
We never would have gotten the Mist One books, so that would have been a loss. So
that's true.
Anyway, Diggins, anything to plug?
No. What about you, Nando?
Oh, always. Videos. I put out my Marvel Villain Group Problem video on YouTube, so it's on Nando View Movies. I also, that means on Nebula, my Is Old the Worst comic book adaptation ever made video is up now. And I think that'll be out pretty soon, because the next video I have is also pretty close to done. These all just kind of, someone mentioned this on the thing, they were like, you haven't done a video in so long. I'm like, yeah, I know, because they all kind of, they're on their own timelines, and sometimes it syncs up and sometimes they all just come out at the same time. But I might take a break on I might have the old video come out after the next one that I'm working on, just because it's kind of a Halloween adjacent video, even though Old is also kind of a horror movie, but like not really. What is it even, Yeah. So you might not see that video immediately, but go to Nebula and you'll watch it. And then other, Nando cut videos. I've been kind of light on that, mostly just because nothing's been happening. It's been a really slow kind of couple of weeks for news and stuff that I would cover. So, let's try to get some of that done, but also looking at those videos on Nando V Movies and Nebula. And until next week, I'm at Nando V Movies on Twitter.
I'm at Zippy by Day on all the socials.
I'm at C Diggins exclusively on Bluesky.
All right, goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye. Good night.